Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It is that time of the week. It's the Sunday sit back. I hope everyone's well. I hope you've all had a good weekend. And yeah, I hope you're all okay since I last spoke to you people. How are we doing? How are we doing? Good, good, good. Want to start off by saying a big thank you for all your support once again, guys. Thank you very much indeed. It's tough times at the moment on YouTube, and I just want to say thank you for all your support. It is much appreciated. A massive big thank you. And we're all in tonight, guys. We're all in tonight. Obviously, you know, you got Kawaja back in. Martin, big up Martin, big up DJB Odegaard injury not looking good. No, we're going to come on to that, Martin. Definitely coming on to that. We've got a little section on the Martin Odegaard injury. It's not looking good at all. Big up people, big up the Jam Boy. Hope you're well, brother. Thank you very much indeed, Jam Boy. All legends are in tonight. Martin Tapp again, and Waha. Brilliant. Hey, good evening. Good evening, my friend. Good evening, my friend. Yes, I started the stream bang on time. In fact, I brought it forward 5 minutes early. Can't be bad, can it? Can't be bad. Things must be looking up. Things must be looking up, people. Joseph Connor Golden, absolute legend. Big up, my friend. Joseph, try to make you a mod. Every time I put Joseph Connor -Golden up, it's not the right Joseph Connor Golden. So I'm gonna have to do it a different way. But it'll happen, guys. Don't worry, it will happen. Big up to everyone. Aces, always my friend. Big up. And Icy Spicy. Hope you're okay, Icy Spicy, and everyone's all on the mend and everything's good. Big up Icy Spicy, always. Blessed to you, my friend. Blessed to you as always. Come on, you Gunners, Lynch. Yes, positive. And we're going to be talking about the game yesterday. We're going to be also covering, doing a little bit on Calafiori as well. Going to have a little bit of talking with Calafiori, and we're going to be looking into Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice, because that seems to have gone under the radar, because Declan Rice was struggling as well towards the end there. So little bit of a scare there as well. Arsenal have confirmed that Martin Odegaard has withdrawn from Norway's squad for their games against Israel and New Zealand after a season. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into the Martin Odegaard. I tell you what, first of all, let's big up the Suge. Big up DJB in the chat. Hit the likes and subscribe. Suge, absolute legend as always. A legend to the chat. A legend to people like me and Shane and everyone else. Big up, my friend. I hope you're well. And I hope things are good. Wherever you are, no matter what you're doing, people, I hope you're all good. Sunday sit back. Doing a solo one tonight. It's just me and you guys. It's just me and you. We're just sitting back, chilling. I got my cup of tea. Yeah, always get me cup of tea ready. Been looking forward to your analysis of the game, DJB. Brilliant, my friend. Yeah, good. Good. Well, the problem is with me, right, is I'll be honest, truthful, and I will tell you exactly how I saw it, what I watched, what I witnessed, and saw exactly what I saw it. And then we'll get into some of the results over the weekend as well. We'll go through some of the results and what I saw highlights of, and the games today as well. Big up Suge as always, my friend, 100%. So let's get on to it. Let's dive straight into this guy here. Yeah, Martin Odegaard. Now, God, people. First of all, Martin Odegaard sustained a medial collateral ligament injury. All right. So on real terms, it's one of the main ligaments in the knee that holds it together, as he's obviously damaged it. I think it's on the front. It'd be on the front, or it might be on the side. I'm not sure, but has been withdrawn from Norway, so he won't be playing for Norway. And yeah, we saw the challenge. I think it was with Somerville. Accidentally, both going for the ball. And because players don't have lost the art how to tackle these days, they always come out injured. Tackling is an art back in the day. It used to be an art. That's why a lot of players get injured in tackles, because they don't quite really know how to tackle, because it's basically a non-contact sport nowadays. So yeah, but I'm going to say this, people, right? I'm going to say this. I'm not going to get bogged down with whose fault this is, because this is an accident. This can happen at any time during the game. Players going for the ball 50-50, one comes out injured. And I always said that if it's an impact injury, then I accept that. If players are playing football, they go in for a tackle and it's an impact injury, for me, that's just bad luck. And it is bad luck. Let's be honest. No matter what you think about Martin Odegaard, let's take Martin Odegaard as a human being, as a football player. This guy has just come back from injury, from a shoulder injury. He showed brilliant promising signs in midweek in the Champions League. He had a brilliant game, looking like he was back to his best, playing with a smile on his face, playing a more central role. And he looked like he was all teed up to kind of, turn the corner, if you like. He will probably admit to his own standards he's not been in the best of forms for one reason or another. And he was ready to probably turn the corner. And then bang, goes in for a challenge, comes out with a knee ligament injury, people. What I saw was people, was that there was a signal to the bench, and apparently Arteta was kind of saying, are you okay? Are you okay? And he was shrugging his shoulders, and he was kind of trying to play through it. Now, I look at it two different ways. The player's just come back from injury. He wants to impress. He wants to play football. He's had a brilliant game in midweek. He's reluctant to come off. No matter how you look at it, he's reluctant to come off of that field. He doesn't want to come off. He knows it's hurting. He knows he's done some damage. Players are not silly. They know when something's bad. They know if they can't really carry on. It's just in them. When they go in for a challenge, or if something goes, they just know. I think Rodri today, he knew there was something seriously wrong with him. So they're not silly. But this guy's on adrenaline. This guy is trying to play through it. And I think Arteta checked again. And in the end, about 10, 15 minutes later, they decide to make the substitution. Now, there's two questions here that you want to say to yourself. Number one, should Arteta have been shown more of his kind of, I'm in charge, you're not right, you're coming off straight away? Or was he thinking of the man, the human being, and thinking, right, okay, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't really know how serious it is. I can't judge how serious it is. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, see if he runs it off. Because for me, from the stand, it looked like a dead leg. I didn't think 1 minute it was going to be his knee. I thought that when he went in for the challenge, I thought it was like a dead leg. You know, when you've had a really bad dead leg and it feels like a really bad bruise. Well, if you get a dead leg bad enough, it can feel like a pulled muscle. And that's what I thought it was. It was like a dead leg. Perhaps on the sideline, they was thinking the same thing. I don't know. It's a difficult one. I just wish sometimes, and I'm not being too critical, I just wish sometimes that whoever's in charge of pulling those strings when players get injured, they act quick, they act sooner. Now, whether it would have made any difference to his knee injury, you ain't going to know. But what you've got to do is act a lot sooner. Someone has to make that decision. And the only decision that someone can make, really, is the manager. So the manager's going to have to say, right, not taking any chances, bang, get him off. There was a point when I came back and I looked at the highlights that there was an indication that he was quite concerned. But then there was that kind of, oh, okay, let him play on, let him play on, let him play on. Now, by letting him play on, as it caused further damage, it probably hasn't done it much good. But as it caused further damage, big up Binks, big up everyone in the house. Paul Nash, Hendon Gooner, Mems Creamer. At least both of our teams got 3 points. Break was happy with the Arsenal outcome and the game performance. Yeah, we're going to get onto the game performance and everything, my people. This is what I want to ask myself. Has it made any difference of him playing on? Has it made the injury worse? Or hasn't it was it because it's a ligament damage? Would it have made any difference? I don't know. Should Arteta have pulled him off straight away? Should he have put his foot down and gone, no, look, I'm sorry. I don't care what you're saying, Martin. You're coming off the field to play. I've made the decision. Show the manager, show his authority and drag him off straight away. Or was he thinking the guy's just I can see both sides. The guy's just come back from injury. He wants to impress. It's an opportunity against West Ham to show what he can do and that he's back and show the fans. And he was probably giving him the benefit of the doubt. So I'm going to say it, and it's going to upset quite a few people. I'm going to say it. I can see both sides. I can see both sides of the coin. On this occasion, I can see both sides of the coin because it's an impact injury. It's a tackle. It looked like a dead leg. No one probably thought at the time it was his knee. I didn't. I just thought he kind of, went in, got a dead leg and he tried to run it off. That's how I saw it. Perhaps the manager's seen it the same. There are people questioning the manager should have shown authority and brought him off straight away. So let's have a little look see if anyone's comments. Big up, Mike B. Big up, my friend. 35 in the building. Thank you. Matteo, big up, my friend. Mike B. Facts, Fraudetta is stuck with Eze in the 10 now. Bosh. Yeah, I hope so, my friend. I hope so. We're going to come on to that as well. Looks like Eze is in the 10 now straight away. Fraudetta bought a season ticket for operations. Yeah, exactly. Listen, I'm not saying he's squeaky clean on injuries, and I'm saying a lot of injuries is probably down to his negligence and mismanagement. Playing players and rushing them back and all that kind of stuff. But on this occasion with Odegaard, I'm perhaps being a little bit, I don't know, people. I don't know. It was an unfortunate injury. Let's put it that way. Unfortunately, whilst I don't wish injuries on anyway, it's to be expected the way Arteta uses players. Odegaard's injury happened, still continued 10 minutes. Why risk further? This is what we've been discussing. So this is what I said. Perhaps he thought it was just like a little dead leg or something like that, and perhaps he thought he could run it off. Possibly. Perhaps he thought, well, he's just come back from injury. Let's try and run it off. Let's see if we can get to half time. Because that's what a lot of managers do, doesn't it? Right. Get to half time, assess it then. Perhaps he thought that. Perhaps he has just got to put his foot down and just say, look, no, off. Especially with the experience that he's had and the unfortunateness he's had with injuries with this football club since he's been in charge. Should he be risking it? Should he be risking it? Probably not. Probably not. Big up the Jam Boy. Suge Martin, yeah, we're all in. Big up Vigilante. Another one, I'm going to try and mod you as well. Don't worry. I'm onto it, people. I'm onto it. Used to make paper mache hot air balloons in primary school. These days, they'll be making Martin Odegaards. Yeah. I mean, up until then, I don't think till he got injured, he sort of went back to his old self a little bit. He was playing a little bit on the right and he weren't really making much happen, to be honest. But whatever way you look at it, right, it is unlucky. I've got to be honest. It is unfortunate. It is a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, this is just like, oh, not another one, not another one. Because we've got some big games coming up in October, end of October, November. There's some crucial fixtures coming our way, people, and we're going to need all our top players fit. We're going to need them all fit. Simple as that. Ethan should slot straight into Odegaard's position. He should do, Jam Boy, but it ain't going to happen. Ethan ain't going to get many minutes, people. You know my point. You know my views on Ethan. You know my views on Ethan. It's sporadic. It's like when the game is 100% safe and the other teams don't look like they're going to put any kind of run or any threat to us, Ethan plays. Ethan gets a few minutes. I'll be very surprised if Ethan starts in the starting 11. Very surprised. What's our next game? Fulham away. I'll be very surprised if Ethan starts in the first 11. Martinelli, Trossard, they're all before him, guys. They're all before him. Odegaard, not Odegaard. Yeah, he is made of glass at the moment, isn't he? That was. Yeah, when I watched it, I thought, oh, he's got like it didn't look much in it, did it? It didn't really look much in it. There weren't studs flying. The boots weren't going up. It weren't a high challenge. It was just a clash of knees. And I think it caught him on the side. But it looked like a dead leg to me. I thought he'd got sort of like it in, and it was a dead leg. And then he went down and then he got back up. But when a player goes down off the ball and the ball's in play and the player goes down, that should be an indicator to the manager to get him off straight away. In my book, that should be an indicator to get him off straight away. Mems Kramer, DJB question: as Arsenal fan, ain't you concerned yet on Gyökeres? Yeah, going to get on to Gyökeres. Don't you worry about that. He's not surviving the Sunday sit back without me. Gyökeres. We'll be chatting about Gyökeres. Don't worry about that. If he doesn't improve, he'll be benched because Havertz will be fit and raring to play. Yep, we're going to get on to Gyökeres. Binks Jamboy with Odegaard out. You know it will be Marino. He doesn't put Ethan on. No, he won't. He's not going to pay Ethan. He's not going to start Ethan. The only way Ethan is coming on is if it's 100% safe. He's not starting with him. He's not starting with him, people. I don't know why. I don't know why. What's the game 2, DJB? West Ham poor. We didn't take them to the cleaners. I was a bit disappointed. I'll be honest, Binks. That was an opportunity to rack up the goals. I think we felt so. I don't know. It's as if we felt sorry for them, to be honest. I have never, ever seen a West Ham team. Arteta should have dragged him off straight away. Yeah. Jamboy, I'm not saying, listen, I'm not defending Arteta on this, right? I'm not saying he shouldn't have dragged him off straight away. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is he probably gave him the benefit of the doubt because he'd just come back from injury. And the actual challenge didn't look that bad. And he probably thought he could run it off. Because if you look at Odegaard, he does indicate, I think he puts a thumb up or something. So you can see him trying to stay on the field of play. And sometimes that does happen. Players, managers shout out, are you okay? And the players, because they're so full of adrenaline, they go, yeah, I'm fine. And it might have been a case of that. I don't know. Miles Lewis Skelly in the 8, Eze in the 10. Good shout, Suge. Guys, if you know me, I've been banging on about Miles Lewis Skelly playing midfield for ages now. Absolute ages. Binks, amen to the black stuff. DJB, big up. What is it with this manager letting a player play on when they're injured? AFC always. Yeah. He did seem to keep him on for a little bit too long, didn't he? That's the only thing I can think of that he thought he could run it off. On this occasion, I'm not going to say he's deliberately kept him on. I think he gave him the benefit of the doubt because he's just come back from injury. Right? I've said it. I mean, yeah, possibly. Big up DJB in the chat. Players like Pillowfoot, 29 Marino, Calamari, they're all expendable, not miss when they're gone. Once even and Max are used constantly, Odegaard will be an afterthought. Possibly possibly. He could turn out one of them players where he could become injury prone, couldn't he? Do you know what I mean? Since he got injured for Norway, he's kind of not, he could. Unfortunately, players get that kind of tag, don't they? They get that kind of tag where they just get injury after injury after injury after injury. Do you know what I mean? And he could become that player. Doc, Mr. Butts, he could become that player. Arteta needs to bring players off if injured players will always want to carry on. That's management. Binks, and that's what I said. That is what I said. Perhaps he should be learning his lesson now. He should be showing his mettle and showing his authority and saying, no, sorry, you're coming off. Because at the end of the day, he has a duty of care. And perhaps he should be putting his foot down and saying, no, you're coming off. Yeah, but boss, I want to play. No, I'm sorry, you're coming off. Yeah, but I'm fine. Honestly, I'm fine. I'm not taking the risk. You're coming off. We've got squad depth now. So yeah, possibly that's what he should have done. That's what he should have done. Ethan won't get chances. Dr. Seymour, Zubamendi and Marino both ahead of him. So basically, yeah, Zubamendi looked $1 million yesterday, didn't he? I mean, Zubamendi looked like prime Pirlo yesterday. Well, he's going to, isn't he? He's got all year on the ball. There's no one pressuring him. West Ham's midfield was non-existent. Yeah? Step up Zubamendi. They're not the games I'm looking at Zubamendi. I've been looking at Newcastle. They're the games I've been looking at Zubamendi. You know what I mean? Manchester City. They're the games. The Champions League game in midweek. I'm still a little bit on the fence with Zubamendi. I can see his talent. I know he's talented. I know he's got it all there to offer people, but I only see it against poor opposition when he's got lots of time on the ball. I don't see it in the nitty-gritty when he's getting closed down. I still think he's a little bit vulnerable in the six. I still think on the big games, your Spurs, Brighton, all of these games, Palace and everyone, Everton, when you go to their state. I mean, did you see that place today? Did you see that game, Everton and Palace? They're the games I'm judging Zubamendi in. They're the games I'm judging Zubamendi in, not the games against West Ham. My feet are stand firmly on the ground. Firmly on the ground. Sorry, I read Eze and Ethan, but MLS is in the 8. It's very doubtful with Arteta. It ain't going to happen. Suge, Paul, Dr. S, everyone's in the community saying hello to each other. It's become a really friendly community, this, guys. Big up everyone. Static, absolute legend. Big up the Static all day long. My man Lynch. I think Lynch was one of my first comments I ever read out, when I got my own channel. I think Lynch was one of my first subscribers. And Jamboy might have been up there as well. I don't know. I think it was Lynch and Jamboy then. But listen. How you doing, bruv? Static as always. Question, DJB. Do you think Saka was a bit selfish for the penalty when Gyökeres needed a goal? No, I like that. I like that in a player. I like that. No, I'm sorry. You've got to earn your stripes. You got to earn your stripes. I'm the penalty taker. I like that. That shows authority. And you got to remember, he has the captain's armband. When Odegaard goes off, he's the captain. and he showed captain qualities. You know what I mean? And I quite like that. Saka wants to be the main man at Arsenal and doesn't want Gyökeres to be the main man over him. No, I don't think it was a case of that. I think it was a case of Saka's the penalty taker. I am the penalty taker. And that is the situation. That is the situation. Gyökeres has got plenty of opportunities to earn his stripes. And we'll get on to Gyökeres after our next segment, which is going to be Calafiori. Jamboy, Ethan will only get very rare minutes because of Arteta. Yep, he ain't going to get 20 likes, guys. Come on. There's 35 of us in the building. I've only got 20 likes, so everyone should be smashing the like. Suge, Paul Nash is in. Keep him playing on, and I would, with a ligament, would do more damage. Dal, you're probably right, brother. But at the time, I'm very doubtful if they thought it was ligament. You can't tell if it's ligament damage. And he was moving, wasn't he? He was kind of, because when you've done your knee badly, you can't even stand up on it. You're on a stretcher. You're being carried off the pitch on a stretcher. It wasn't like that. So all the first lot of signs looked like bruising or kind of a dead leg, you know. So, but yeah, this shouldn't even be a topic. Player and manager did what they had to do. Yeah, I'm a little bit with you, Suge. I'm Lynch. Sorry, I'm a little bit with you, Lynch. I'm on the fence with this one, brother. I'm on the fence, and that's rare for me, isn't it? Normally, like, he's going to pile into Arteta with this one. I'm a little bit on the fence with this. I think he gave him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he knew how serious it was from the initial contact. I think he thought it might have been a dead leg or something like that and tried to run it off. When he went down again, that's when they acted. So I'm a little bit on the fence with it. All I'm saying is he does have to start showing his authority. If his gut instincts thinks that the player's in trouble when he's in trouble, he should really show his authority and put his foot down and just go, nope, you're coming off. Job done. Then it saves all this debate, doesn't it? DJB, do you believe when Josh Kroenke say he expects trophies this year from Arteta? I do. I really do, my friend. 100%. 100%. And I'll tell you why. You don't spend all this money, and it's his next process. This is his next process. He's won things with all his sports clubs and that, what he owns in America. The first priority, establishing the team, getting them into Champions League on a regular basis. That box has been ticked. Making us competitive. That box has been ticked. The next box to be ticked is trophies. I've said it. If he doesn't win anything this season, he's gone. He's gone. And I've told certain fans to get used to the idea because he's not going to be here next season. No way. Do you see him getting sacked or staying longer? I don't think he'll get the sack. I think he'll just be yeah. Yeah, he will get the sack. He'll be asked nicely. Thank you very much. He knows. He ain't stupid. One thing with Mikel Arteta, he's a clever man. He talks the talk, but he knows people. He knows. He's not silly. No manager in his position, with all that money spent, the weapons at his disposal, no manager knows that if they don't win anything, they're going to have a job at the end of the year. They pretty much know they're going to get the sack, and he knows that this is his big chance. That's it. Big up, mate. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just Mikel protecting his captain because he knows he won't get back into the team ahead of Eze. Probably, mate. Yeah, Doc. That's a good point. Could be a little bit of that. I think he just gave him the benefit of the doubt. Mikel did take him off once the player couldn't continue. This ain't even a topic. Lynch, yeah, possibly. But we had to address it, Lynch. You know that. We had to address it because it's that sort of channel. You know, I'm just saying I feel sorry. On this occasion, I do feel sorry for the player. I do feel sorry for the player. As a football player or a professional, whether you like him, hate him, love him, loathe him, want him sold, want him gone, no matter what you feel of Martin Odegaard, as a human being, as a sportsman, a football player, it's bad luck, isn't it? Let's be honest. He's just come back from injury. He had a blinder in midweek in the Champions League. He's come back into the team. He's got a spring in his step, a smile on his face. Bang, injured again. Probably out for 8 to 10 weeks. It's bad luck, guys. It's sad. It's not good for Odegaard, to be honest. And it's World Cup year as well. So, you know, you don't know the kind of knock-on effect it's going to have. If a guy has come back from the extended period off, they need to be eased into and not thrown in straight in. Possibly, but what I'll say on that, Suge, it wasn't a muscular, was it? It wasn't a muscle thing. So it wasn't like a hamstring or that. It was an impact injury. It was a tackle. It was two players coming together. You know, it was two players coming together. And his initial injury was his shoulder. It wasn't like hamstring or anything like that. So, but I understand where you're coming from, bro. Of course I do, 100%. 100. He loves Marino, Joseph Connor. He does love Marino. He loves Kai Havertz as well. He can't wait for Kai Havertz to come back. DJB Wright went off against West Ham with a back injury. I wouldn't risk him at Wales. No way. No way. I'd tell you what, Mems, right? If I was Arteta, I'd be on to Tommy Tukes and go, Rice is injured. Even if he's not. Even if he's not. Do the do the Pep thing. Do the Pep thing. Do the Klopp thing. Sorry, he's not available. He's injured. We've just had him on the medical. We've just had him in the medical room. He's got a muscular injury to his back. He won't be joining England, I'm afraid. We're going to have to pull him out. He won't be going. Yeah. In insight, it's both their fault. After the collision, Arteta should have dragged him off. Odegaard should have carried on. Jam boy, that is a really, really good point. However, the player's adrenaline's pumping. He probably thinks that he could. I just think he thought he could run it off. But the player's not helping himself by staying on. So, yeah, the player's got a responsibility as well, Jam boy. Good point, my friend. Big up, my friend. Big up everyone in the house. Let's get it. Big up. And I'm going to show this. Massive thank you to all your support. Massive. You know. Paul Nash, ruthless. You were lucky. Big up, James. How you doing, bro? How you doing? James, I'll tell you what, right? While you're in, I'm just going to come on to it. I've been watching Arsenal West Ham football matches now for as long as I can remember, bruv. As long as I can remember. I have never seen in a London derby a West Ham team so disinterested in trying to win a game. I've never seen it. And I understand that results have not been going well and the manager needs to get some sort of stability. But on the other hand, you've still got to try and win a football match. You've got to try and create something to win a football match, no matter what. And that was a free hit because, let's be honest, no one expected West Ham to get anything at the Emirates. Your season is not defined by what happens at the Emirates. It's how you do against Brentfords and Brightons and Palace and Wolves and all of these teams. It's not how you do at the Emirates is not going to change your season drastically. So you might as well have gone there and tried and get something from the game. And it was a bit too defensive. There was no kind of cohesion between the midfield and your defence. And I've got to be honest, it was a training session. If we didn't even get out of second gear, thank God for West Ham, we didn't. And I'm not just saying that. And I've got 100% the most respect for West Ham. You know, in fact, I've probably got a little bit of a you know, I always look at the Hammers. Oh, as the Hammers done? They won. Oh, brilliant. They won. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's nothing against West Ham. I just felt really disappointed with them. I really did. I was so... I've never seen a West Ham team so like it. Really don't. Really don't. But he had a game plan. But he didn't even try to hit us on the counter. I mean, it was breaking down. I mean, Zubimendi, when he came on, he just had all the time in the world. Rice was bossing the midfield. It was just like, yeah. It wasn't. It was disappointing from West Ham. But big up, James, as always. Hope you're well, brother. Make sure that you go and have a little look at E20 Zone, whether you're an Arsenal fan or a West Ham fan. If you're interested in other clubs, because I do watch other streams from other clubs as well, and some of the facts he comes out with West Ham and some of their concerns and stuff, he's one of the real ones there. He's one of the real ones. So go and have a little sub and a little watch of that one as well. Yeah, he will be, Joseph, and I think Wanyeri is a top young talent, exciting player. Wanyeri's an absolute baller. Unfortunately, we're holding him back. This manager's going to hold him back. I think you're a very selfish Arsenal fan. Very selfish Arsenal fan. If all you're worried about is squad depth, and as long as Ethan's on the bench and not leaving the club, you're fine. But if you're going to think of this young man's career and this young man's future and hold him back because you don't want him to go anywhere else, that to me is selfish. That's a selfish football fan. If this manager, for some reason or another, don't trust Ethan Wanyeri and doesn't play him and doesn't start him, then why not just put him out on loan? Send him out on loan. Send him to someone like West Ham under this guy. Get him some minutes. Get him some game time. Get him some more experience. Because all you're doing as well, you're hindering his England career as well. Because when he plays for the under-21, he's the best player. He's the best player they've got. It's the best player he's got. So you're not doing him any favours at all. But yeah, I'd have waited into half-time because making a sub at half-time doesn't come out free stoppage rule. Yeah, exactly, my friend, exactly. I feel horrible for Martin, unbelievable. You, Lynch, I'm with you tonight, bruv. I'm with you tonight, Lynch. I'd do as well. I'd do as well. You know? Glad of the 3 points, average performance, but the result is bigger than the performance. 3 points is massive. I'm going to hold my hands up here, people. I'm going to say that I'm happy sitting top of the league because I didn't predict it. I didn't predict it at the start of the season. I did not predict that we would be sitting here going into October being top of the league. Didn't predict it. So I'm holding my hands up. I'm over the moon. We're top of the league, 6 points in the Champions League. What more can you say? But if we're talking about the football and the performances on the pitch, it's kind of job done, isn't it? Getting the job done. That's all it is. You're just getting the job done. You know when you go to the supermarket and you've got to do the weekly shop, you don't really want to go, but you've got to go, otherwise you starve. And you come home, you go, oh, job done. Got me shopping there. Yeah, you kind of amble around the supermarket. You're getting your bits, what you need. You get home. You go, oh, that's it. Done what I had to do. That's Arsenal at the moment. They're just sort of going through the motions. You know? And if we're top of the league by us going through the just going through the levels, then fine. It's what we're going to be like when we're tested. I've not got a problem. I've never really had a problem with this football manager when the pressure's off. That ain't my problem with Arteta. My problem with Arteta is when the pressure's on. When you've got to win a football match. That has been my problem. Some people have had a problem with Arteta all the way through the season. I've seen games Arteta's got it right. I've seen us play some great football. But in those big moments, when we have to win semi-finals, when we have to win Premier Leagues, when we have to go away to a football ground like we did the Spurs ground that time, and we had to get 3 points and we fouled, and then we had to go St James's Park and we fouled. They're the question marks I have over this manager still. It's not when all things are rosy. It's not when teams are not playing well. It's not when people have got time on the ball. It's not when the crowd's not stressed out. That's not the problem. The problem is the big games. Can he still do it on those big moments, those big matches? I don't know. Football chat is, to be fair, true. Odegaard is perfect in the 8 with loads of space. Matteo, I've always said Odegaard is an 8 from day one. From the moment I saw him, I never thought he was a 10. Never. Yeah. Big up the chat. I'll try and highlight them as usual. I mean, they're coming in thick and fast. Why is Arteta punishing Wanyeri and Lewis Skelly? Because he likes Calafiori. And for some reason or other, I think he thinks Wanyeri's lazy because he don't track back. It's not his thing. That's what I think. I think because Wanyeri doesn't do the defensive duties, because it's just not in his makeup, he's not that sort of player. I don't think he suits Arteta. All in tonight. Big up, my friends. Aces, big up. Wahad. The Doc. Darren Martin, big up, my friend. If you're new, make sure you sub. Get these likes smashed, guys. Come on. Got to get the likes up. And if you haven't subbed, make sure you sub. Please check. If you think you've subbed but you're not quite sure, go and sub, guys. We need the channel to get to where it's got to be. Will B. Zubamendi Rice says, a midfield Saka. Your career's Trossard Arteta is so predictable. Yeah, he is. He is predictable. But at the moment, he can afford to be predictable because there's no pressure on him. Teams have not really found the gear yet, have they? So we'll get into it. But what I want to talk about is Calafiori, right? Because can someone tell me, right? Big up the chat as well. Paul Nash. Arteta will claim inspired decision if the player shakes the knock off, but will throw them under the bus if the injury worsens because they were carried on. Yeah, there is a little bit of that to him, my friend. There is a little bit to him, and he has he's had that in the past. But on this occasion yesterday, I think it was a case of, like, as I said, he's come back from injury. I think he wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. And it looked innocuous, the challenge, to me. It just looked a little bit of just like a bump on the knee, Big up Darren Martin, up the Arsenal. Big up Matteo, all those up the Arsenal. Mims. DJB, do you think Saka is slightly selfish? Players always thinking he's the main man. He needs to be a team player. How Gyökeres is supposed to score if Saka is selfish? Because Gyökeres should not be relying on penalties to score. And we're going to get onto Gyökeres. Don't worry about that. Because I'm telling you now, I'm taking pelters and I will continue to do so. Because for me, I've seen some ballers of strikers at Arsenal. And I'm sorry, he's not one of them at the moment. He's just not one of them. He was pretty much marked by Mavropanos. Let that sink in. Mavropanos pretty much marked him. Yeah? If the striker is relying on penalties to get his goal tally up, then you ain't doing your job, Mims, really, in my opinion. Yeah? Penalties are bonuses. When you're a striker and you take penalties, they're a bonus. Yes, it's like doing a lottery. You're getting 5 numbers and you get a bonus ball. That's what taking penalties is, in my eyes, as a striker. You shouldn't be relying on penalties for your goal tally as a striker. That's not the deal. So, yeah, I mean, that's how I think Gorka. It's difficult when you've had a medial ligament injury. Your adrenaline hides the severity, and it's not as obvious as when you tear it as ACL. Hendon, exactly. No one from that sideline knew that he'd done that to his knee. I don't care what anyone says. You ain't going to know from the sideline after watching that challenge that you've done a ligament in your knee. Because it looked like a dead leg to me. It looked like it's just a bit of bruising and you run it off. So, yeah. Wish we could see Rice in the 6, Lewis Skelly in the 8, Wenyeri in the 10, at least for the FA Cup games. Could be an option, Matteo. Could be an option, that. Big up, my friend. Big up. 59 in the building. Everyone's got a smash a like, please. Hendon Goon, a good point. It was there for the taking. But Rice gets injured midfield, trouble. Massive. Absolutely massive. And I've said this before. People keep going on about squad depth. Oh, yeah, we've got brilliant squad depth. And we have. We have got good squad depth. But if Declan Rice is out of this team for long periods of time and you've got Marino and Zubamendi, suddenly that squad depth looks very, very vulnerable, in my opinion. In my opinion. Freaking injuries, man. Shame. Yeah, they are a shame. No one wants to see injuries. No one wants to see injuries. Matteo, I'd like to see that midfield. Yeah, Suj, Matteo, if Suj wants to see it, mate, then yeah, we know we're on a winner. If we keep Suj happy, chat, we know we're on a winner. You know the score, don't you? Paul Nash, the Luton Walrus, was fed up to the Lions yesterday. Bods, who usually nod along to his bollocks, were shouting his words, demanding we do more. Not satisfied with the pedestrian performance yesterday. Right. I'm going to go on about the performance yesterday. I thought personally it was just like watching a training session. It was slow in certain areas. Could we have stepped it up? Yes. Did we need to step it up? No, because West Ham offered nothing. So we kind of played into their hands, really. They were defending. They were frightened to hit us with anything. We were frightened to hit them with anything real, with intent. The intensity wasn't there at times, was it? It was kind of slow, quick, slow. It was kind of there was patterns of play when we could have really hurt them, and we didn't. We didn't sort of go that next level. It was all a bit kind of lethargic, boring, really. Let's be honest. It weren't brilliant, was it? It weren't brilliant. It was a bit flat. It was a bit flat. I thought Declan Rice was outstanding yesterday. I've got to be honest. And one thing, if any West Ham are in the chat here, please explain to me how this brother that basically kept you in the Premiership, that single-handedly, along with Bowen, won you the Conference Cup, and yet he takes all that abuse and stick from your West Ham faithful. And then he scores and doesn't celebrate or nothing. Because if I took that stick, I would have been really rubbing it in. If I'd have scored, I'd have been up there in front of that crowd and giving it large. And you've seen players do that. How many players have you seen get stick from their previous clubs and scored and rubbed the fans' noses in it? Declan Rice did not do that on any occasion. He didn't do it. He took stick every time he took a corner, every time he was over that section of where the West Ham fans were. The abuse was unbelievable. And yet when he scored, he showed how much he loved West Ham, how much he's still got an affection for West Ham United. Why? I don't know. Why would you? Absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. Because I tell you now, if it weren't for Declan Rice, you'd have been relegated on one occasion. Because I'm telling you, you've never replaced him. Never replaced him. Never replaced him. Don't like wishing injuries on players. Big up Darren Sullivan. Welcome, guy. Welcome to the Sunday sit back on players. But I cannot stand this total baby. He's overhyped after one good season. A weak captain, lazy. I hope he never gets back in the team. Zubi could do this and upgrade. Yeah, he is a weak captain, Darren. But again, I blame the manager for making him captain. There's plenty of other players this manager could have made captain. And all this about the players voted him and all of that, it doesn't wash with me. Doesn't wash with me at all. He is a little bit overhyped. He's had a couple of good seasons. I think the 22-23 season, he was outstanding. Other than that, I've not really seen it. As for Zubimendi, yeah. Zubimendi looks class when he's up against poor opposition and he's got all the time in the world. I'm not seeing it when he's put under pressure. Not seeing it. Medial ligaments, that's Odegaard out. Yeah, 10 weeks, I reckon. Could even be the season. Yeah, it could be. We miss party type player in midfield. Sadly, Zubimendi, like Odegaard, is flat track bully type. So I like, yeah, Hendon, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Tonali or Zubimendi? At the moment, from what I've seen, Tonali, Kaija. On a consistent basis, Tonali. You know me, I'm Mr. Consistency, people. I'm Mr. Consistency. I can't have these players that play one or two games and suddenly they're the best thing since sliced bread and they're world class and everything. They have to be consistent. Darren Martin, I'll add you on social media. We can talk football. Massive. Good. That's what it's all about for people. Build the community as well. Your careers can get pens when Saka misses. Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about this guy here. Because can anyone tell me, and I did touch on it earlier and then I got sidetracked and I didn't finish it off. Can anyone tell me what position this guy plays? Where does he play? Where does this guy play? Because that ain't left back. That's not this guy. Look at him. Where does he play? This is Declan Rice settings, this. Where does this guy play? This is a left back for our football club. Any decent team or any decent coach is going to suss him out. They're going to hit diagonals. Do you know the easiest way to play against this? When you get the ball, hit it diagonal. You'll have a speedy winger out on the right and just hit the diagonal. Or dispossess him and run at the back and run into the space that he leaves. Look at the space this brother leaves. Look at all this. Look at all this. DJB, good news, timbering contract talks to extend. I think he's top class fullback and goes unappreciated somewhat. Martin Tapp, Timber is an absolute brilliant right back. If he continues, Martin, the way he's playing in the this season and next season, he might even go back as one of our best right backs that we've seen. And we've had some brilliant right backs. He might be up there with one of our best right backs. The only problem is you can't bring these players to the top table unless they win something. You can't have Timber above Lee Dixon. You can't, because of what Lee Dixon achieved. And Saliba will tell you this. You cannot put any legendary status on these players until they win something. No matter how good they are. Can't do it. Not in Arsenal. Smash the likes up, guys and girls. Yeah, come on, please. Let's get it going. I'm sick of players getting a pass. Saliba picks up an injury v Liverpool. Noni was struggling. Odegaard gives thumbs up to play on. Do players have any accountability anymore? They don't. They don't. But at the end of the day, they just want to play football. And I get that. The thing is, right, Shifty, right, and big up to you, is he'd just come back from an injury and he was man of the match in the Champions League. And he's probably thinking, I'm all right. I'm all right. I don't feel too bad, you know. But I do understand your accountability side of things. A lot of the players don't, you know, they don't take accountability. Nor the football managers, do they? It's the owners. The owners eventually get the blame. Yeah. So this guy here, right, Calafiori. I mean, let's get into Calafiori, right? Because this is our left back. And when we have a look at Arteta's post-match, he says something about Calafiori, right? So bearing in mind that this is a defender, by the way, who he runs around a lot. I can't make my mind up about Calafiori, people. I don't know what I think of him. It's like that debate, isn't it? What's better, electric cars or petrol cars? You know, that's Calafiori. They both do a job, and they're both not, and they do things. But what's the better one? What's the better option? A Calafiori or a Lewis Skelly? I don't know. I'm on the fence with this one because he doesn't play awful, but he doesn't play brilliant. His work rate is incredible. He's not the most creative. He's a typical Italian in the tackle. He loves a yellow card. He can't tackle. He hasn't got outstanding pace. He's got some sort of recovery. But he is. When you discuss Calafiori, it's like sitting in the pub and discussing whether you like electric cars best or whether you like petrol cars best. Well, petrol you can get from anywhere, and they still haven't. You know what I mean? You can't charge your car up everywhere. There's still places where you can't charge your car up. So, I don't know. It's Calafiori, isn't it? I mean, help me out. I don't really know. But when you have a look at this, right, this is... So I'm going to bring this up, right, guys. On this is from his press conference, right? So let's have a little look at this, right? Let's take this off and let's add this to the stage, right? So there you go. This is the Calafiori, right? On Calafiori's role within the team, a lot of dynamism. I can't even say it, people. I mean, this guy, he's Spanish. I'm English. I can't even say it. That's how much... these are the words this guy uses. Sometimes a bit chaotic. Sometimes a bit chaotic. He's got more chaos than a World War II friggin'... Do you know what I mean? But I think he's dynamism. Yeah. And the spaces and the situation that he can create are very difficult to control for the opponent. No, it's not. Any man with a football brain would know exactly what to do in this situation. And this is why when people bang on about, oh, he's world class, I'm telling you now, if Pirlo was in midfield, a prime Pirlo or a prime Ronaldo, and this guy is marauding around the pitch like a racehorse, he's getting picked off. Pirlo is picking out someone with one pass or a Paul Scholes. Imagine this guy up against Thierry Henry. Imagine what Thierry Henry would do, or Bergkamp. This guy goes marauding around the field. Omri goes, yeah, I'm going to go out to the. I'll go out. I'll go out on the wing. Just ping me a long ball. But Arteta doesn't see this. He thinks it's wonderful. He thinks, oh, this guy's amazing. Look at the dynamism he's showing. Situations that he can't create, very difficult to control for his opponent, especially against a team that is very well organised. You have to disrupt their organisation in order to create chances. I think we've done really well. So what he says to Calafiori is, I can't break down a low block. So if you run around like a headless chicken, yeah, and a racehorse with no jockey, we'll create havoc. But what he doesn't realise, if you come up against a class opposition and a manager that's a little bit clued up, or a football player, not even a manager, if you come up with someone on the field of play that's a little bit clued up, they're going to go, hang on a minute. Calafiori's running around. I'm going to put two players out on the right-hand side and just hit a diagonal. That way, you're sucking out Saliba or Gabriel, and you're in the space it leaves in behind. Easy. DJB, I will say Saka can't always be a star man in the team effort. I disagree with selfishness. It's a team effort and performance. It is a team effort, but unfortunately, selfishness wins your trophies, I'm afraid. You've got to be a little bit selfish, unfortunately. But, yeah, he can't think of Gyökeres because Gyökeres is having a tough time not scoring. He can't go on in, well, you have the penalty because I don't really fancy it. But, yeah, listen, I see your point of view, Mims. I see your point of view. You know what I mean? Perhaps someone should take the penalty off of Fernandes in Man United because he's starting to miss them. Perhaps someone should be selfish there, mate, and say, look, Fernandes, sorry, but you're not having the penalties anymore because you keep missing them lately. Trust me, when you have a knee reconstruction, you can't bend your leg for 5-9 weeks. Might be less for pro footballers because they have the best trainers and physio to build their knee. Yeah, they'll have the top physios and all of that, Liam. But he's going to be out for us. He's going to be out for a time. He's going to be out for a time. But imagine giving Wenger £1 billion, man. Yeah, Wenger wouldn't have even had £1 billion. Wenger would have won a trophy with the team we had last year. With the team we had last year, Wenger would have won a trophy. 100% he would have won a trophy. Totally agree, Binks, and I don't feel sorry for him one bit. He's on 250k a week, the best medical care. He's just not good enough at this level. He's a flat track bully. Facts. I don't think he will miss Odegaard as much as certain other players. No, he won't. He won't. He'll get cover. He'll get cover. West Ham, strongest club in the league. I know, an old joke. West Ham will be fine once Nuno works out the team. I hope so. I hope so. I rate Nuno. I could see what they were trying to do. I don't know. I was just disappointed. I thought they would have offered more, to be honest. Mims, DJB, I blame the West Ham owners for the West Ham struggle to the season. They could be relegated. The owners on this occasion, Mims, I agree. I totally agree with you, my friend. Big up. Big up, everyone. Make sure you're smashing the like. 64 in. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We love the sit back people, don't we? We love the sit back. Binks, if an offer of 60 or 70 mils, yeah. Oh, yeah, I said that at the start of the season. If you could get 60 mil for Odegaard, I'd have sold him. 100%. I'll be honest, if an offer comes in January, I think now with his injury, I'd have sold him. But yeah, I mean, Calafiori people, I mean, where are we with him? Where are we with him? You know? Let's have a look at what let's have a look at the waffle he comes out with. Because he does waffle, the manager, doesn't he? Let's be honest. I don't really look into what he says. I don't even look at him now. You know, the post-match, when they have them, like when I go watch the match of the day and all of that, and as soon as he comes on, I turn it off. I can't look, or I'll go and make a cup of tea. Arteta should have used Rice back issue as soon as reason to rest him on. Arteta isn't as bright as he seems. He's not. We know that. But I think what Rice's injury was during the game. I think there was towards the end of midway through the second half. I think he tried to turn away from someone, and as he turned, he felt something go in his back. I don't want him playing for England. He's too important for Arsenal Football Club. Way too important for Arsenal Football Club. Trying to catch up with the chat. Marino needs to hold bench. Yep. Marino is a bench player. So is Trossard. So is Martinelli. They're all bench players. DJB being top of the league doesn't mean of anything. You've been there before. Look what happened. Yep, true. Told you. Yeah. Listen, Mems, all I'm saying is I'll hold my hands up because I didn't think we'd be top of the league going into October, right? I'm glad we're top of the league. I'll take being top of the league. This ain't the time of the season I worry about this football manager. I've said it time and time and time again. The reason why I want a new football manager at this football club is because I think on a regular, consistent basis, in big moments, this manager doesn't get us over the line. This ain't the time of year I worry about this manager. It's the nitty-gritty. It's kind of getting towards Christmas, over the Christmas period, the January, the February, March, going into April. That's when I start worrying about this football manager. I worry about it all the time. Look, guys, you know, I just didn't want him here at the start of the season. I still don't want him at the football club. But I'm happy we're top of the league. I've got to be happy with the 6 points in the Champions League. This ain't, as I said, this ain't nothing personal against the football manager. It's just my opinion. I think there's a shelf life for every football manager nowadays. Gone are the days where they stay for 10, 20 years, 15 years. Then days are over. And I think he's reached his shelf life. I think he's had his time. Said it all the time. Yeah, I can't be DJB. I'm worried about Fulham. They've made it tough. Yeah, it's always a tough place to go. Let's just pick out some little bits. I'm not going to go through all this press conference, guys. Odegaard's injury. Here we go. I think he had a clash of knee to knee and immediately he was uncomfortable. I spoke to him. He's not positive about it. He's got a brace on. We'll have to wait and see from the doctors. But we haven't been very lucky with that either. Right. But what I'm saying is, during the game, he didn't know that. He only knew that there was a clash of knee once the player came in and he said what happened. Oh, you know, I went into a tackle, got my knee, blah, blah, blah. Right. Then the brace went on him. On Odegaard's bad luck with injuries, we haven't had him since the start of the season. Well, no, you haven't had him for the last 2 seasons, to be honest, because he ain't really performed. So you haven't had him for the last 2 seasons for one reason or another. The shoulder twice, then this injury. So we have to wait and see the extent of the injury. Well, we know the extent of the injury. Calafiori's role in the team, God knows, is my answer. Not a clue. Not a clue. Sometimes you have to disrupt the organisation. Look at that. Look at this here. Look. No, sometimes you have to use your managerial coaching skills to disrupt the organisation, not to get a left back to run around like a jockeyless horse for 90 minutes. Yeah. And leaving the possibility of being exposed by a bit of quality on the field of play. By the way, did you see Adam Walton today? Even Grealish said he should have got man of the match. That guy is one of the best midfielders in the Premiership at the moment. And anyone that goes on streams has heard it from me. I am a massive Adam Walton fan. He is the midfield player I wanted instead of Zubimendi. Smash the likes up. You look, if Lynch has said smash the likes up, you better smash the likes up. Otherwise, he's coming round. I'm sending Big Lynch round. Come on, smash the likes up. Right. Been watching Rice for ages since he was at West Ham. Don't know why he isn't put in a 6. I'm hoping he will be put in a 6, Matteo, because Zubimendi's not a 6. He is a 6 against lesser opposition. He's a 6 against crap, but he ain't a 6 against decent opposition. Uncle D, big up, Lynch. How you feeling about the season? To Doc Goonup, welcome to the community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure that you've subbed and smashed like. How am I feeling about the season? I think we'll win silverware. I don't know what size, but I think we'll win something. Will we win the Champions League? No. Quarterfinals. Will we win the Premiership? I'm still not 100% confident because this manager's been there before and not done it. Not the team, not the players, the manager. Do you know? But I do think we should win a trophy. Greetings from Toronto. Big up, my friend. One of the places I want to go and visit. Desperately want to go there. JCG may be home to Leeds on November the 9th. Question, DJB, what would you rather be in 1 or 2 points behind first place or 1 or 2 points in first place at this time of year? Always top, my friend. Always top. When you're an Arsenal fan, go top, stay top. Always take 1 or 2 points clear, no matter what. Always. It's like the game's in hand, isn't it? I'd rather the points than the game in hands. I'd rather the points. If you're like 6 points clear, but the other team's got 2 games in hand, I'd rather the 6 points because you've still got to go and win them 2 games. Yeah. Kawaj, you're absolute legend. He is. You're all legends, people. What are you talking about? You're all legends. Every single one of yous. All of yous. On Rice coming off. Here we go, people. He's not all right because he asked me to come off. See the difference? See the difference? Now, I've not seen this press conference fully. But you're asking me why I like Declan Rice so much. Because I get it. Oh, why do you love Declan Rice? There you go there, people. Odegaard gets injured, doesn't ask to come off, knows he's got a problem, feels something's not right, doesn't ask to come off. And he's the captain. Declan Rice puts his hand up straight away. He knew he had a problem, asked to come off. See the difference? And it makes the manager's job a lot easier. And I'm not protecting the manager, but it does make it easier. He's not all right because he asked to come off. So that's a shame. He had a pain in his back and could not carry on. Right, pull him out the England game. Don't want him playing that poxy friendly against Wales, on which is something very unusual for Declan. So we'll have to assess him and see how he is. What a difference. Boss, I've got to come off. No, you stay. No, sorry, I can't play on. I can't play on. Yeah. I feel like an old girl on roller skates. I can't stay on. I'm all over the shop. I'm injured. See the difference, people? See the difference? What a difference. This next bit, right? Yeah, Rice is class. He's been getting abused for having his wife. Do you know what, Binks? Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I remember that. Deleted all the profiles too. Sad how people are. Really sad. Declan Rice is the sort of player that you say to him, look, I'll pay you 100 quid a week. Do you want to play football? You go, yeah, all right then. And for me, players like that respect. And as I said to you before, he's had crap loads of abuse from West Ham fans on social media every time he goes to the rented stadium of London. Yeah. Don't call it the London Stadium. It's called the rented taxpayers stadium of London, right? Because they don't own it. We do. Yeah. He gets abuse there. He gets abuse when they come to the Emirates, and he scores a goal and he shows his class. doesn't celebrate nothing. Now, no matter what you think of Declan Rice, that shows his class on all levels. Binks, that's rubbish, man. They can all piss off and sad individuals. Yeah, it was bad. That was really bad. Just because she ain't no glamour puss and like a wag, you know, she's just a normal human being. DJB, what's your expectations for Arsenal this season? Told you, I expect us to win some sort of silverware. I expect this manager to win something. Something. If he wins nothing, he has to go, close the door behind him, and just do the right thing. What's your major concerns that you're not happy or impressed with? My major concerns is not the squad on this occasion, is the manager's ability and belief to get over the line in big moments. In big moments. There are times in life, right, people, right, where when it's impossible, you have to make it possible. And he can't do it. And he's had ample of opportunities and he's not been able to do it. And that could be the most smallest moment in a game. That could be the wrong substitution in a semi-final. It could be changing the starting 11 in a semi-final. It could even be changing the corner taker or the free kick taker, the penalty taker. Anything, any little moment in a game can stop you getting over the line. And all the key moments in certain games, semi-finals, when we've needed 3 points, he's done something madness. And that's the problem. And as I've always said before, there is more evidence of failure than success with this manager. You know, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, Mims. Brilliant question. Thank you very much, my friend. Smash the likes and subscribes. Martin, I couldn't have said it better, my friend. Couldn't have said it better. There's 64 in here, so there should be at least 64 likes. That's how I look at it. If there's 64 in the building, you'll put a like, then happy days. Lynch, Tonali over Zuja. Yeah, Tonali. Consistent. West Ham fans were chanting about Rice's girlfriends. They said, listen, it's crazy. Crazy. Kim, big up my anywhere except left back. Calafiori, I know. Where does he play? Where does he play? Do you know how Calafiori plays football? He plays football like that kid in like secondary school, or remember in the primary school when you used to pick up two teams and play football in the playground? And you go like, where do you play? Oh, I'll play midfield. All right, will you stay on the left? Where do you play? I'll play centre half. Okay, will you stay in the middle? And then you had that kid. Where do you play? I'll play defender. All right then. Well, I'll put you at right back. You play on the right. All right then. And he's everywhere. Uncontrollable. ADHD. Running around, playing here, playing there, attacking, defending. Then yeah. But apparently it's Arteta's tactic. It dislodges the opposition. That's the madness of all of it. Crazy. He's funny, really, I think. Let's have a look at the fucking people, DJB. Oh, mate. Let's have a look. And midfield, let's have a look. Zubimendi, right? Especially the way they, on how pleased is Zubimendi's performance after coming on. Especially the way they acted, the way they were matching our midfield. Really? Did they match our midfield? They didn't match our midfield. What game was he looking at? Spaces that we could create with Zubi. I think he was better. They didn't have any intention to play or combine in the first phase, as well as he was great. a lot of direct play, second balls, and we wanted to create to make sure that we could control that, to dominate the game in the areas that we wanted, and that's the reason why. Well, Zubimendi is going to do that against weaker opposition and teams that came to defend. And when he's got time on the ball, I've always said Zubimendi does look brilliant. Ask that question, Mr. Reporter, when you're playing at Atleti in the Champions League. Ask that question when you're playing away in the North London derby. I wonder what his answer would be then about Zubimendi. Do you know what I mean? Oh, dear. Do you know, it's just waffle, isn't it? As the Saka thing, look, I mean, you got to remember, it was his 200th appearance. I'm sorry, people, but if I've played 200 games for the club, and I am a youth project, and I come from Howe End, and I've been at Arsenal since I was like 9 years old. You think I'm giving that penalty to Gyökeres? No chance. No chance. So big up Saka for being a bit selfish. There is no way on his 200th game you're giving up that penalty. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. You're just not doing it. Sorry, not having it. Not having it. So I'll make him right. Arteta should have sold number 8 2 summers ago when not. Yeah, I would have tried to get him out the door, to be honest. He lost form, but do you know what I mean? There he is, people. There he is. Look at him. Top of the league. Super duper Mick. Super duper Mick. Hey? We all know what's round the corner, though, don't we, people? We're not getting sucked in with this, are we? 100% DJ Arteta will bottle it. Something will happen, Darren. Something will happen. You know. We ain't getting carried away with this, are we? Notice whenever we have a good result, Arteta takes the shine off by introducing light bulbs, dogs, and RAF. I know. Crazy. I'll tell you what. No new merch will come out tomorrow, though, because we're top of the league. We're top of the league, so you won't get no new merch. Everything's going rosy at the moment, so there'll be no new merch, right? There'll be nothing like that. Yeah. Calafiore, look, the destructor. He has to disrupt the opposition. So he's a destructor. Running around like a headless chicken. Disrupts the... No, it doesn't. We've had Odegaard all season. You lost he's been coming off because he's a wimp. Yeah, I mean, he's a bit lightweight. Semenyo. People, what did I tell you? When people were saying about Rodrigo and Lookman and all of this, I said, forget it. Just go and get Semenyo. When they were banging on about Rodrigo, I was saying, Rodrigo ain't coming. Go and get Semenyo. Go and get Semenyo. What I was told, yeah, but he wouldn't be able to do it at this level. It's all right doing it for Brentford. If you're a baller, you're a baller. Doesn't matter who you play for. You can play for Barnet. You know what I mean? If you've got that instinct and you've got that natural ability, you can play for anyone. You can play for Barnet. You can play for Barcelona. Doesn't matter. Too late now. We won't get him now. We won't get him now. He'll end up at PSG or something like that now. He'll end up going abroad. Binks, a lot of it's luck and it's not knowledge. Yeah, a lot of it is. Listen, Lynch, I'm currently... I'll tell you what, Lynch and Jamboy, do not mention Fantasy Football League, right? Honestly, don't mention it. Don't mention it. I'm having a Wolves at the moment. I'm having a Wolves. I'm having an absolute nightmare. I forgot to do it because I didn't realise there was a game on Friday. Latvian Guna got 94 points this weekend. He didn't triple his captain. All his lineup paid off. Oh, don't want to hear about it. Well, you're rubbing me nose in it now, Hendon, aren't you? Yeah, you know I'm on. You know I'm having a low. I'm having a right Mikel Arteta in now. I'm telling you, it's all right. I'll come good. Don't worry. I'll turn the corner. Keep the faith. That's what I'm saying. I'm keeping the faith. I'm hanging on in there. Aston Villa have turned it round, haven't they? I've noticed that. 67 of you's in the building, guy. Come on, let's smash the likes. If you haven't subbed, why not? Doesn't cost anything. All this is for free. Saka hitting 2 big milestones but 0 trophies. Exactly. He was sub when they won the FA Cup. He was on the bench, Hendon. Got top, stay top. I like that. Exactly. Let's stay top. Ain't going to happen though, Lynch. You know that, don't you? I'm just preparing you people. You know what's coming. Just keep your feet on the ground. You just got to keep your feet on the ground with this Arsenal team. We've been here before. You know. All the reporters are going steaming in now, aren't they? All people from other channels, all the media. Oh, this Arsenal team. They're looking ruthless. They're looking like this. They're looking hard to beat. They're well organised. Why wouldn't you want to join Arsenal? We've had it all before. Go back 2 seasons when we bottled the league. Go back the season before last when we finished behind Man City. All the reporters and all the media was saying exactly the same thing. They were spilling out the same narrative. They're ruthless. Arteta's done a brilliant job. They're this, they're that. I've heard it all before and it ended up with the same outcome. Nothing. Nada. So all I'm telling my community is it's like surfing. It's like watching a surfer. You ride the wave until it crashes on the beach. That's what you do. So at the moment, we're riding the wave. And then when it crashes on the beach, it's like, oh, fuck. I was enjoying that. Yeah. There's another analogy, Lynch. Like driving in the fog, supporting Arsenal is like being a surfer. You ride that wave and then crash. Comes down with a bang. Smash the likes up. You tell them, Martin. You tell them I was sending Lynch round. I'm telling you. Give it a couple of seasons. If Arteta is still at Arsenal, he will ruin the 3rd biggest club in England, especially if they don't win silverware. Exactly, Mems. 100%. You know it. Amazing, Jamboy. Seriously. Jamboy, what is he doing? The leader in the country is 569 points, and I'm on 520. Jamboy, I'm telling you now, right? If you win it overall, we are going to do a stream. We will do an hour's stream celebrating Jamboy's success in the Fantasy League. That's outstanding, Jamboy. That really is, mate. You carry on, Jamboy. All right. Don't make me feel bad, though, will you? Don't make me feel bad. You just carry on, my friend. Ferguson always liked a player that went with the local girl. Oh, mate, there was all sorts going on. There was all sorts going on back in the day. But big up, my friend. 61 in the building. Jamboy was about to say, I'll take a lot of luck to stay there, but good picking so far. Don't change what you're doing. Be loose. Go with the gut. You know that. I know exactly. Got to go with it. Lynch, 100%, mate. Oh, J-Lux videos. How you doing, my friend? Big up. I ain't seen you for a while. Hope you're well, buddy. There's times in life when you have to make the impossible possible. My guy DJB, God bless. That's right, there is. You take that with you, my friend. You can have that one free. That's from me. There are times in life when you have to make the impossible possible. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I told my boys. That's what I told my kids. They all swear by it. You can have that one on me, my friend. The chat is full of great people. It is. It's a community. That's what I wanted to build up. That's what we've got. We've got a community. This is the Sunday sit back. We're just sitting back. We're chilling. We've gone over the Calafiori. We've gone over the Odegaard. The West Ham game, as I said, I thought the game was okay. I thought there were some good performances. Rice played well. Let's talk about Gyökeres, shall we? Let's talk about Victor Gyökeres. Here's 100 mil and a European trophy. Those window-licking hammers don't know their arses from their elbows. Big up, Paul Francis. Big up. Listen, all I'm saying about Arsenal Football Club is we are a lot down the line than a lot of football clubs. This manager has had heaven and earth moved for him. He's had all the money. He's got all the players. He's had 6 years to build a team. Most managers would bite your right hand off for that support. Ange ain't going to get it from Forest. Nuno won't get it from West Ham. No other manager will get what Arteta's got. So if he doesn't win a trophy, he'd probably, got to go down as one of the worst managers ever. Forget the stats. Forget how many games he's won, more than George Graham and Arsene Wenger. How many trophies has he won? Nothing. It was a dull game on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, trouble is the opposition didn't offer much, did it? I think we got sucked into their style of play, to be honest. Eze missed a sitter, didn't he? Wow, he missed a sitter. Right, I'm going to touch on Victor Gyökeres. I said I'm not seeing it in big games with Zubimendi. I'm seeing it in games where he's got space. I'm seeing it in the games where he's got plenty of time, but I'm not seeing it in the big games. With Gyökeres, I'm not seeing it in the big games or the games where he's got time. I'm just not seeing it. I said it before. All I'm seeing is a prime Andy Carroll. I'm seeing a big, strong lad. That's all he is. I saw a big, strong lad in Haaland today do exactly what Gyökeres done. The only difference is the ball ended up in the back of the net and he knew what direction to run in. This guy don't even know sometimes what direction to run in. He don't know whether to go wide, don't know whether to go left, don't know whether to run straight for the goal. His hold-up play wasn't very good. Technically, he looks poor. I can't knock him too much because of the goals he scored in Europe. And I'm going to give him time and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But if you ask me on a football level, because as you know, guys, I like to take my Arsenal hat off. I like to take my blinkers off like some people don't. I'm taking my absolute Arsenal head off and looking at it from football, from players that I've seen over the years. And I've seen George Best play live, by the way. I've also seen Zidane. Yeah, I've seen top players play live. Right. This guy, at the moment, is bang average. And I said at the start of the season, he may not fit the Arsenal way of playing. He may not fit this manager's way of playing. Some players come to football teams with big reputations and it just doesn't work for them. For some reason or another, and normally it is the way, the style of play and the way we play, it doesn't happen. Francis Jeffers, Lee Chapman. I can go on and on and on over players over the years. It doesn't happen. And I know what you're saying, Jam Boy. Gyökeres is a sleeping giant. He will bang soon. Is that us with our Arsenal? Yeah, we're hoping. Or is that kind of now looking at it from a football point of view? Because from a football point of view, I'm not seeing it at the moment. From an Arsenal fan, of course I want him to bang. Of course I want him to score goals. And I want him to be a success. But I'm sorry. I've got to be honest. I think he just looks bang average. He does. He looks like a Duncan Ferguson or Duncan Ferguson used to bang goals in, but he does. He looks like an Andy Carroll. He's big, he's strong, but he don't assist. He doesn't get shots off. I'm just not seeing it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really not. I only asked the question, DJ, because Mikel tends to shit the bed when we lead the league and it's so early in the season. It is too early in the season. Keep your feet on the ground, guys. Keep your feet firmly on the ground. You know what's coming. Told you. It's like being a surfer. It's like riding that wave and everything's happy and you're smiling and laughing and everyone's cheering from the beach. Yeah, look at him go. Crash, bang, wallop. The wave then hits the shore and down you go. That's Arteta, isn't it? Hey, I overtook a guy. JCG, I'm just last in the 6 millionth place in the thereabouts. We're talking about that fantasy. We're going to get it up. Honestly, I'm embarrassed. I can't even put the league table up, people. Perhaps I'll do it when we do our members stream. I'll put the league table up. I can't even do it. I'm getting slagged off by Sean Gooner because he overtook me in Fantasy Premier League. I just told him to stop talking like a top Gooner. It's funny. Dude, tell him, bruv, you stay in your ground. Don't let him, honestly, don't let him do it to you. Don't let him do it to you, man. We'll come back, Suge. Don't worry, mate. We'll come back. Me and you, we'll climb the table. We'll overtake Jam Boy. We'll overtake Lynch. We'll be up that fantasy league, no problem at all. I don't buy the hype, Quam, nor do I. I'm not buying into it. Listen, I'm happy. I'm an happy Arsenal fan. We're top of the league, 6 points in the Champions League. Everything's good. Everything's good. But I'm just keeping a lid on it. I'm just keeping a lid on it because I've been here before. I don't listen to the pundits. I don't listen to the PR. I just watch with my eyes. And let's see where we are in May. You don't win leagues in October, November. You just don't win it. Binks, everyone has different choices. Everyone. Big up. Man like Danso. Big up, Danso, my friend. Welcome. Hope you've had a lovely week. Hope the weekend's treating you well, brother. Yeah. Big up, my friend. Big up. Make sure 114 in the building now, guys. Make sure that you are smashing the likes. Suge the man, the Arteta parrots are hilarious. Smash up the likes. Come on, people. 114, so 111, so I should be 111 likes. Yeah. No, I mean, listen, am I being harsh on Gyökeres? Yeah. Come on, chat. Tell me. Am I being harsh on Gyökeres? Take your Arsenal hat off. Am I being harsh on Gyökeres? Because I'm not seeing it. Haaland's been good this season. Haaland's a baller, man. Haaland is... Honestly. You watch that goal today, and that's what Gyökeres should be doing. You know? I'm keeping the faith with him, but seriously... I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, there you go, Suge. That's the Arsenal. We're just riding the wave, Lynch. We're just riding the wave. There you go, Lynch. There you go, Lynch, man. You know, didn't you? We're on that wave, and at the moment, it's not crashing on the beach. But eventually, where do they all end up? They all end up crashing on. They all end up crashing, don't they, Lynch? And that's where Arsenal's been over how many seasons? We've been on that wave, and then bang, down we come. It ain't happening, DJB. No, I'm hoping it will. I'm hoping it will. I just want to day it at Wembley. I just want to go to Wembley. I don't even know where it is. I'd have to tap it into the... do you know that? It's been so long since I went to Wembley with Arsenal. I'd have to put it in the Waze. I wouldn't know how to get there. I don't know. Seriously, that's how long it's been. I don't even know how to get there. DJB, what about Jam Boys cheese and onion crisp? Listen, he can have 2 packs of cheese and onion crisp if he wins that fantasy league. I'll buy him 2 packs of cheese and onion crisp, and I'll buy him a Diet Coke. There you go. Man like Denso, I've got a bet with my dad. If he wins the fantasy league, I've got to buy him a Spurs kit. I'm also, oh no, I'm almost 100 points behind right now. I'm cooked. I hate fantasy league right now. Danzo, hang on in there, brother. Have you seen where I am? Honestly, I'm struggling at the moment. I'm really struggling. I thought I turned the corner last week, but I'm normally all right in it, but I forgot to do it Friday, you know, and I didn't do it. But yeah, no, you can't. Oh, mate. Imagine having a Spurs kit. Oh, my dear. Exactly, Suge. 6 years of failure. It is. Well, hi, you were my only competition. That's fighting talk. I think Lynch is up there as well, though. And Lynch has got to be up as well. And he's got to be up on the fantasy. DJB under new manager Yorkerez will come alive with the art setup. Probably. Kwame, probably. He probably would do, but is he what I fear for Yorkerez, is he going to be one of these players that comes to a football club and just don't do it? Just turns out to be a disaster. And in 5, 10 years, 6 years, 7 years time, we're saying, oh, do you remember when we signed that Yorkerez? Do you remember when we got that striker? Just didn't happen, did it? Just didn't work. Because I'm pretty certain if Havertz is fully fit, Yorkerez ain't playing. I think Yorkerez hopefully will become good, but he isn't performing right now. Joseph, listen, if you watch football, if anyone on here watches football, and we all watch football, and we've all seen football, doesn't matter for how many years, you just look at it from a football point of view and look at how you want to see a striker. He ain't doing it. I'll swing it another way, right? If Yorkerez was playing for Chelsea right now and you watched him week in and week out, would he be a player that you'd want to sign in January? I know who I'd want to sign. I'd be looking at Etitike. I'd be looking at Mateta. Obviously Haaland, but that won't count Haaland. But right now, as we look right now, if Yorkerez was playing for Chelsea and Chelsea had signed him, we'd be singing in the stands at Stamford Bridge, what a waste of money. Arsenal fans don't want me to say all this, and rightly so, and I want to back him, and I'm going to back him, and I'm going to keep the faith with him. But I'm just looking at it from a football point of view. If he was playing for any other team now, you'd be singing what a waste of money. Because he ain't doing it. His hold-up play is not very good. His decision-making when he's got the ball is not very good. He chooses the wrong option. You know? North Ray, big up North, big up the North, big up my friend. North side, absolute legend. Make sure you go and sub to North as well. Big up the North. We've got 91 in there, guys. Make sure that you're subbing and smashing the likes. Big up Northside London, LDN, massive. James talks Man City. Big up, James. Big up. Yeah, good win today, James. Good win today. Tough though. Brentford made a go of it second half. They're not easy places to go, are they, Brentford now? They're not easy places to go. Brentford, Bournemouth. Hang on, I've had the lights have gone out here. What's going on here, people? Alexa, turn on your light. Okay. Here we go. I like Alexa. She always does as they're told. Do you know what I mean? Don't answer back. Just, that's it. Bang. Yeah, it's a good Man City. They're quietly going about their business, aren't they? They're quietly going about their business. Rodri went off injured. Big up to Legend DJB and the legends in the chat. That's big up, my friend. Yeah, we've got some legends in the chat. Jam Boys' eyes are quiet at the moment because obviously, yeah, and he's even put the Northside. He's even put Northside's channel up. What a legend is Jam Boy. Jam Boy's on a high at the moment. He's top of the league in the fantasy league. He's flying. No, we've just been talking about. If you've just joined me, we've just been talking about Gyökeres. We've spoke about this guy, unfortunately, with the injury, and then we've spoken about this guy. What position does he play? No one knows. Only Arteta causes him. He causes havoc to other teams because no one knows where he is. He just runs around. Calafiori is the year 6 football player in the school playground. That is Calafiori. Yeah. You ask him to play left back and he totally ignores you. But Arteta likes all that, though. He loves all that. Ireland is awesome. Ireland is a top player. Top player. Again, I wouldn't say he's the most skillful. Technically, he's not brilliant, but he scores goals. That is it, isn't it? I always say, right, with a striker, if you haven't got technical ability, then you need to be scoring goals. And if you're not scoring goals and your technique ain't brilliant, you are going to look bang average. And that is Gyökeres with me at the moment. I don't see anything technically, and he's not shown signs of an out-and-out goal scorer for me. I'm not disrespecting what he's done in Portugal, and I ain't disrespecting what he's done in other leagues. Of course I'm not. And I'm sure he does know where the goal is. But at the moment, Arsenal are not doing it for him. He's probably going home and going, do you know what? I don't know if I've made the right decision here. You know? It's like organising a night out, isn't it? And you organise like a night out for the family, and you go, oh, we'll go to this restaurant. It's meant to be really good. And then you sit down at the restaurant and the food comes up and the service is poor. And you're sitting there and you're saying to yourself, oh, I think I've made the wrong decision here. I should have gone to the restaurant down the road. It's a lot better. Why didn't I listen to my mates? You know, I think Gyökeres is a bit like that at the moment. He's probably quietly thinking, oh, I don't know if I've made the right decision coming to Arsenal. It's not happening for him, is it? It's not happening for him. I don't think so anyway. Perhaps it's me. I don't know, people. I don't know. But I'm just expecting more. My standards as an Arsenal fan is high. And when you're signing a striker that's come with a big reputation, I want high standards. And I'm not seeing it. Gyökeres needs to improve on the next couple of games, otherwise he needs to be benched. There's no one to bring him in, though. I don't think he'll start with Marino. The reason why, I'll tell you what, right? I think one of the reasons why he won't start with Marino up front instead of Gyökeres, because I don't think he can be in a position at the moment to take the backlash from the fans. And I don't think he's in a position at the moment to be questioned by Berta why he ain't playing him. Because you've got to remember, Gyökeres was not his first choice. So if he suddenly drops him and plays Marino, all the fans are going to be saying, hang on a minute, why are you playing a midfield player as a number 9 when we've got a number 9? And Berta's going to go, look, is this personal? Because, like, you ain't playing the striker. And I think there's a little bit of that in it. Good night, all. Catch you tomorrow. Hendon Gooner, good night. Sleep well, my brother. Sleep well, my friend. And thank you very much for joining us tonight. Always appreciate it. Always. I'm not impressed with your career as a footballer. Poor dribbling, tunnel vision, passing not the greatest. I just hope he comes good. Lynch, couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. Couldn't have said it myself. And I'll tell you what is with Lynch, right? Lynch is one of these people that kind of criticises it when it needs to be criticised, but when the going's good, he says, come on, get behind them. Yeah. And I couldn't have said it better myself, mate. That's it. I just hope he comes good. Exactly the same as me. But there are players that goes to football teams and it, for some reason, it just doesn't happen. Verts at Liverpool. At the moment, it's not happening for him. He could be a flop. He could be a flop this season. Your careers could be a flop this season. It happens. It happens. They go there and for some reason, it just doesn't work out. Is it the manager? Is it the system? Do they get on with the training? Do the midfield players suit him? Because your careers likes like 100-mile-an-hour football. He likes long balls that he can run onto. You know? He ain't used to the Declan Rice's slowing the game down in midfield. Zubimendi just slowing the game down. He's not. That's not his style of play. And if he don't get used to it, he could end up a flop. He could end up a flop. And that's not me wishing he's going to become a flop. Of course it ain't. That's not my personal vendetta with Arteta that I hope he becomes a flop. Of course it ain't. I'm just looking at it from a football point of view. I'm just taking my Arsenal hat off and just looking at it and going, it doesn't suit him. Doesn't suit him. It's like that geezer at the wedding with a wicked, horrible suit on, isn't it? You don't say nothing. You just, oh, God, that don't suit him. What's he wearing that for? And no one told him. Can't because I'm a narcissist. That's too arrogant to play people he doesn't like. Exactly. I would have expected Glock to have got double the goals. No, it's not going to happen, my friend. I said he'd only get about 15 goals this season. Good day, G. Yeah, good day, my friend. Hope you're okay, my friend. Big up. Thank you for joining us. 104 in the building. Make sure that you are smashing the likes. If you haven't subbed, why not? Ask yourself, why not sub to this channel? Yeah, so it is a problem. It is a problem. So we've got the international break, guys. What do you think about the international break? What do you think about these friendlies? Do you think that they're worth it? Are they necessary? Do we need them? Are they a hindrance? Do they cause a problem? Or are we just putting our kind of like club football on things? And, you know, I suppose you've got to get in enough international games, haven't you, to give the players the opportunity to join together and give managers the opportunity to see what kind of teams you're going to play and stuff. Yeah, I suppose you got to have them. They are a pain, they are a disruption, but I suppose they're necessary, aren't they? They are necessary. I don't particularly like them. To me, the England and Wales game is a non-event. To us, it might be a non-event, but for the managers and players, it's an opportunity to get together, and it's an opportunity to see where we're at, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. Gyökeres feels like a super sub in a year's time. Yeah, I think there's a threat of that, Lynch. I think there's a threat of that. Another question. See, that's the other question. I've already said it. If Gyökeres was playing for another team now, he wouldn't be the striker that you'd be looking for to sign for Arsenal, would you? Would he? Right. That's real. If you saw Gyökeres playing for Spurs, you wouldn't be banging the drum for him to come to Arsenal. Ignore what he's done in Portugal and all of that. Ignore all of that, right? Imagine Gyökeres right now playing for Spurs, and you've been watching him these first 7 games. Would he be a striker that you'd be going, that's who I want at Arsenal? You wouldn't. You'd be looking at Mateta and going, I wouldn't mind him at Arsenal. He'd do a job. You know? So you'd be looking at Etiquette and going, God, I wouldn't mind him at Arsenal. You wouldn't be looking at Gyökeres right now. I blame Arteta for the reason why Gyökeres isn't at the same level. He was managed by Amorim. He made him the player he turned out to be because the sporting team was set up. Exactly. He got the ball quicker. He fed on long balls. He had midfield players that got the transition going very, very quickly. With Arsenal, it's patient, it's calculated, it's slowed down. He ain't used to that. And I'll tell you why he's not used to that, because you'll often see him make runs and he doesn't get the ball. Yeah? Like you'll see him run into space and the ball don't come. It gets passed back or it gets passed sideways. That's not what he's used to. He's not used to that. So it's going to be tough for him. But the problem is, how much time do you give him? People say, oh, give him time, give him time. We ain't got time. We've got to win trophies, people. We haven't got time to hang around with this Gyökeres guy. You know? Yeah, I hope he is sleeping giant, honestly. I hope he's a sleeping giant. You know, Andy Carroll pulled some amazing goals from time to time. Waha, waha, I know he did. He scored some bangers, old Andy Carroll. Yeah? Man's at Dagenham and Redbridge now. You know, man's playing non-league at Dagenham and Redbridge. You know what I mean? Hi, Marie. How are you? I hope you're fine. I hope you're good. I'll say Uber was better. Yeah, Uber was a player. Yeah, Uber was a player. You know? But Adebayor was a brilliant. I thought Adebayor was a good player. He ain't even Adebayor level, is he? You know? He's not Adebayor level. I'm hoping he proves me wrong, right? I'm hoping in the next 4 or 5 games, he bangs in 2 or 3 goals, 3 or 4 goals, scores a worldie, and I'm giving it. That's it. Now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing why we signed him. But right now, as I sit here right now, he wouldn't be first on the list that I'd want to sign from what I've seen. I did last season in the summer. I'm going, go get Gyökeres, go get Gyökeres. Of course, I wanted him at the club because his CV proved to me that he was the best on the rank. He was the best there was. But as I said to you before, players come to football clubs and it doesn't quite work out for them. Look at Wirtz for Liverpool. It's just not happening, is it? It's not happening. Arteta's tactics is ill performing. We're going to get found out eventually. We'll get found out eventually. 80 likes, 100 inbound. Come on, guys. That's a disgrace. 80 likes. Come on, I've been going for like over 2 hours. Let's go. Come on. Not being harsh. No, we're not being harsh. Oh, don't worry, I'm not coming for your fantasy rankings. I don't know, Suge, I'll have to check. Are you in my fantasy league? I'll have to check, bruv. I'm absolutely terrible at the moment. Big up, DJG. Thanks for asking, brother. Still also going on, but we pray for better days. Big up always. Always pray for better days, my friend. Hope you're well, man. Hope you're well. Keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah. There's always positives. There's always positives if you look for them. DJB, you're right. I think Gyökeres is trying, but not getting much off the team. They don't pass to him when he's required. They don't see him early enough, Binks. I don't think they see him early enough. And I think the problem is as well, it ain't just about Gyökeres Arsenal, is it? You got players like Saka, Eze, Rice, Zubimendi. He's not the main man, is he? See, that's another thing you've got to remember. Where he was at Sporting, he was the main man, or one of them. If not second, first, he was the main man. Yeah. At Arsenal, he ain't the main man. He's just the number 9. But this is why he's got to make things happen. When something is quite not happening, he's got to go and make it happen. He ain't gonna like Haaland has to. Sometimes it ain't going right for Man City, but he'll just make something happen. Whether it's an assist, a shot that leads to a goal for himself, and he ain't doing that. He's not doing it. Saka didn't even trust. You know what I mean? I mean, he's just not doing it for me. He's just not doing it for me. Shame. Gyökeres is just not being given any service, fella. I watched him all game against West Ham, and he's making the runs Arteta rudes forwards. Yeah, Michael, there is a bit of that to it. I've said that. I've seen him make runs. Listen, I'm not knocking his work rate. I think his work rate is really, really up there as a forward. He works his socks off. But you got to be honest, he ain't the most technically gifted player, is he? So he hasn't got that in his locker. And there probably is a little bit that we're not playing to his strengths. But this manager ain't going to play to his strengths. That's why he wanted Sesko. He wanted Sesko for a reason. Because Sesko suits his style of play. Havertz suits his style of play. Gyökeres don't suit his style of play. So it might not happen for him. It might generally not happen for him. Yeah, you got to give Gyökeres time. It costs 60 odd million. You got to remember he's 27. He's not young. He's getting to the latter part of his years now. If he don't do it within the next 2 seasons at Arsenal, it ain't ever going to happen. Lynch, you're doing really good. Only 80 points difference. That's nothing, man. No, it's nothing. 80 points. I'm like 280 points. Me. I'm way down. True, Binks. Lots of players haven't performed that moved. Don't think Gyökeres, Elanga and Wemo, any of them can be great. Yeah, it might not happen. It might not. I'm hoping it will. Early days still, but Gyökeres is looking a bit like Rasmus Højlund. Do you know what, Martin? That's a good point. Look at Rasmus Højlund when he come to Man United. Everyone was saying, oh, yeah, we've got Rasmus. Didn't happen. Just hasn't happened. See, the problem is, right, with a lot of us Arsenal fans, and we're all to blame. We do look through tinted spectacles sometimes. And we do think that, just because they're playing for Arsenal, they're the best thing since whatever. Yeah, they're world class. They're this. Sometimes you have to just take a step back, take your Arsenal hat off and go, right, let's look at this player. Let's look at this player for real. No one can tell me with their hand on their heart, taking their Arsenal hat off, that Gyökeres, right now, the way he's playing or the way he fits our system, which ain't his fault, would be first choice Arsenal signing for you. Because he wouldn't be for me from what I'm seeing right now. If he was at another club, they'd be singing, what a waste of money. Lynch, I feel good about the squad so far. I've got to be honest. Yeah, I feel good about the squad so far. I want a little bit more because that's my standards. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Of course you want more. You want higher standards at Arsenal. Of course you do. I want Zubimendi to be an absolute baller. I want to look at Zubimendi and go, what a player. What a player. Players like Pirlo, honestly, look at him. That's what I want to see from Zubimendi. I'm not seeing it. In big games, I'm not seeing it. Seeing it against West Ham, quite impressive against West Ham, but they're not the games I want to see Zubimendi turn up in. Still don't think he's a 6, though. Yeah, DJB, brother's not good right now. I've already used the captain double points. And oh, no. You've already used captain and doubled your points. Oh, no. No, I've not gone down that road yet, man. I'm not gone down that road yet. I'm just hanging on in there. I've not used anything yet. DJB, give Chris 5 games. If he doesn't improve, doesn't score goals, he needs to be benched. Yeah, probably. But who else is going to come in? Question debate. You mentioned that Arteta would stay if he won a trophy. Does that include FA Cup, Carabao? No, Suj, I think you might have had me muddled up, my friend, because I said it on DG's channel as well last week. I said even if he won the league, I still wouldn't have him at the club. Because I spun that on its head. I said, right. I said, look at it this way. Arteta wins the Premier League and then he gets another 3 years and he goes another 3 years and wins nothing. That means in 10 years of being manager at the football club, he's won 1 premiership. That's unacceptable. Because I believe that if he did win the premiership, that'd be it. He wouldn't win another trophy for another 3 years or so. So if you're going to spin, yeah, if the other question is, me personally wouldn't have him at the football club if he won an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. Would I think the owners will? I think they will. I think if he won an FA Cup or a domestic cup, I think the owners would probably give him another season. Yeah, I do. Unfortunately. It has to be a double, but one of them has to be the Premier League. Yeah, no, I just think he's had his time. I just think he's had his time. Even if he wins silverware, he's just had his time. Because what I fear, as I said, if he did win a cup, I think he'll go another 2 or 3 years without winning anything. Added to the time he's already had, you could end up like 9 years of having a manager and only won 1 trophy. If you said to me, I'm going to give you a football manager and in 9 years they're only going to win 1 trophy, you'd be saying, I'm not having him at my football club. Don't want him. I agree, DJB. For me, Glock has been disappointing. He's getting great service, but he's had plenty of chances. He has had chances. He's had chances to get shots off. I mean, how many shots has he had? I don't know his stats. Let's see if I can get his stats up. People, I've just seen this, right? I'm going to share this with you, right? I'm hoping I can get it up. Hang on. Oh, my days. Have a look at this, people. Have a look at this, people, right? Let's get this up. Let's get this up. Let's have a look at this, yeah? Right, remove this. Hang on. Hang on, people. Bear with. I can't get them, people. There we go. There we go. 10 most disappointing Premier League players of 25-26 season so far, right? Yeah. Although the 25-26 season is still in its infancy, early stages, that is, guys, yeah. Some interesting storylines are already starting to form. Potential relegation candidates are becoming more obvious and are title contenders, right? These individuals aren't limited to the clubs competing at the football of the table either. Expectation can be a difficult thing to be content with, and some might well be cracking under the pressure right now. So, despite this, still early stages, Give Me Sport here to take through the 10 biggest disappointments so far this season. Yeah? So far this season, even though it's in its early stages, number 10, Yikta Gyökeres is in the top 10 of disappointments this season. So it ain't just me, guys, is it? It's not just me. Right? Let's see what they're saying. 87 likes. Come on. It's not enough. Let's go. You can look, all this, guys. I'm doing this off a cuff here. This is what you're getting, people. You've probably not seen this. Victor Gyökeres' start life in the English top tier has divided opinion amongst everyone. Arsenal fans will be insist that he had a decent opening 6 games, grabbing a brace against Leeds while notching another effort against Nottingham Forest. But others believe, like me, that considering he won the Gerd Muller Trophy for scoring 54 goals in 24-25 for Sporting Lisbon in Sweden, that he hasn't done enough just yet. His performance against the bigger teams, particularly against Manchester United on the opening day of the season, and when the Emirates hosted Man City, left a lot to be desired. What I've been saying, people, averaging a goal every other game so far means that Gyökeres can't be too high in his ranking, but there's certainly room for improvement. There is certainly room for improvement. Number 10. He's ranked number 10. Disappointment this season. Salah's in 9th. Jurgen Strand Larsen's number 8 disappointment so far this season. Brian Mbeumo is number 7 on the list. Jamie Gittins, number 6 on the list. Benjamin Sesko, people, is number 5 on the list. 5. Ollie Watkins, 4 on the list. Morgan Gibbs-White, what a baller he was last season. I was banging him. I was saying, get him over Arsenal. I wouldn't take him now. This is what I'm saying. Morgan Rogers. Look at this, brother. We was all saying it. Go and get Rogers. Go and get Rogers. Waha, waha. What can I say? Walter Mayday is nearly half of what they... Exactly. Who would you rather have right now? Walter Mayday or Victor Gyökeres? Ignore what team you support and look at it from a football perspective, right? Who would you rather sign right now? If I said to you, go and get me a number 9 to play in the next round of the FA, to play in the semi-final of an FA Cup, who would you rather have? Come on, man. Let's be honest with AP. Gyökeres will become a good Arsenal DJB. I hope so. I'm just not seeing it at the moment. Look at this guy. This guy's number 2 on the list. Number 2, you know. I wanted him at Arsenal. And number 1, Florian Wirtz. The most disappointing signing so far this season. The excitement at Anfield was palpable when Florian Wirtz took to the pitch for the Premier League fixture for the first time, having starred in Bayer Leverkusen, registering 22 Bundesliga contributions in 2 consecutive seasons. Liverpool paid £116 million for the brother. Yeah? Despite making himself busy, hasn't yet managed to make a notable impact in the Premier League, people. That's what I mean. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. Sometimes it just don't happen. Doesn't make you a bad player. It just like the club that you're at, it just doesn't fit. It's like when you buy that car, isn't it? You read about it. You watch it on the TV. You look into its history. You look into all the aspects of the new car. And you go and buy it and you drive it for about a month and you think to yourself, I don't really like it. There's something about it when I go round corners or when I go over bumps or when I put my foot down. Just doesn't do what I expected it to do. So you go and sell it and buy another one. That's what I'm saying about Victor Gyökeres and Wirtz. It just doesn't happen. I'm not saying it will, and I'm hoping it won't. But there's your 10 players that have been this season so far disappointments, people. Only on the huddle you've seen that. Yeah? Only on the Arsenal huddle. So smash up the likes, people, yeah? Can I join your league, DJB? Of course you can. Of course you can indeed. Let's have a look. See if I've still got the code. 100%. You can also rub my nose in it because I'm not doing very well, okay? I am not doing very well. 1 sec. Not doing very well at all. Right, I'm going to put the code into my fantasy league, people. So if you're not in it, go and join it with your team, and that will put me further down the league table. Thank you very much indeed, people. There it is. It's in the chat, and I'll highlight it right now. DJB Huddle Fans League. I don't know the code. You're in it already, Jam Boy. Oh right. I'm behind the chat because we've been looking at the 10 biggest flops at the moment. I've put it in there. Don't worry, I've put it in there. 1 second, people. Goonery, I would rather choose Gyökeres than Havertz. Well, yeah, probably. Havertz's link-up play is a little bit better than Gyökeres at the moment, though. And I'm no Havertz fan, trust me. I am no Havertz fan. But his link-up play is better. Listen, I ain't got it in for Havertz. Gyökeres, of course I haven't. Arteta got the team playing like Wimbledon. Gyökeres, Berto player. Arteta can't get the best out of him. Probably can't, my friend. Probably can't. Smash the likes up. Welcome to the community, Michael Thomas. Brilliant name. Brilliant name. Was you named after the legend Mickelson? I joined DJB. Oh, big up, my friend. There it is there. There's the code there, people. Look, there it is. Yeah. Q5X68A. My fantasy league is Q5X68A. Anyone that wants to join it, you are more than welcome. More than welcome. Push me further down the league, why don't you? Yeah, that's interesting. 10 most disappointing players. We have Yorkerez at number 10. Verts at number 1. Yeah. Morgan Rogers number 2. Ollie Watkins 4. Sheshko 5. So the two, can you believe it? Two players, but two number 9s. Two number 9. You couldn't write it, could you? The two number 9s that Arsenal wanted is Sesko and Yorkerez, and they're both in the top 10 flops of the season so far. Couldn't write it, people, could you? Eh? Unbelievable. Yeah, join my league. Join my league. Make sure you join my fantasy league. That'd be superb. Yeah. 98 likes. We're 4 away, guys, from 100. And hopefully my subs have gone up as well. But welcome to the community. Yeah, nice. Listen, I don't want Yorkerez to stay in that top 10. That's for sure. 100% no. No. But I think the Fulham away game is going to be tricky, and we'll talk about the Fulham away game on. We've got Wednesday on the Mingle. We'll go through that on the Mingle. Let's have a look at our fixtures, people, because they're quite tough. Just have a little look at our next lot of fixtures. And this is what I mean by I worry about injuries and stuff, right? Because we've got a tricky little period coming up. There's no one major, and we should be all right. However, Fulham away is going to be tough. We know that because they've had our card quite a bit, and they've had a few bad results, so they'll want to bounce back. That's going to be a tricky game because they're going to want to bounce back after the international break, right? So that's going to be tough. We're going to have this game in mind as well. Then we're at home to Atleti after the Fulham game. So the 18th on the Saturday, and then the Tuesday, we've got the Champions League game. So that Fulham game could be crucial. That Fulham game is going to be tough. DJB, if it wasn't Berto, we wouldn't get no summer signing. Berto done Arteta lollipop, man. I'll tell you what, Berto's done brilliant. He has done well. He has done well. Let's hope we can get a new manager at the end of the season as well. That'd be great. But he has done well. And then Palace at home. Tricky. Palace lost, didn't they, today? I was surprised about that. I had that as a 1-1 draw against Everton. But that's going to be a difficult game. So there's some big games coming up, guys. Big games coming up. Brighton, that's in the Carabao Cup. Interesting of what team he plays in the Carabao Cup, you know. I would start Wanyeri. I'd start Skelly. I'd give Norgard a run out. I'd play Marino up front. I'd play Martinelli on the left. I don't think I'd play Eze. Zubimendi, Norgard. Yeah. I'd try and rest Timber as well. Ben White. We dumped the Carabao Cup. I hope not. I really hope not. Rich 06, Everton. Yeah, big up Rich 66. Yeah, I like Everton, man. Brilliant club, brilliant fans. And I'm so glad Jack Grealish is doing well. I like Jack Grealish. Burnley away should be okay. They're the two kind of games. Should beat Slavia. Sunderland away, tricky. That is going to be a tricky game, Sunderland away. I thought they played all right against Man United, to be honest, second half. I thought Sunderland done all right against Man United in the second half. I thought Sunderland played really well. That's going to be a tricky game. Tricky game, that is. And then the North London derby, guys. So we've got some games coming up. None of them are easy, though, are they? None of them are easy. That's why you got to get this brother scoring. That's why Gyökeres has got to score goals. Going into that North London derby, I want him at least to have scored another 3 goals. Because Thomas Frank has got them sorted, hasn't he? He's got, and I knew he would. I was saying it last year when I was on streams. Go get Thomas Frank. Go get Thomas Frank. I knew he'd get them sorted. I knew he would. He's a top manager, Thomas Frank. He will win silverware within his. It won't be long before he wins silverware. I bet you Thomas Frank don't. Yeah, I'll call it now, right? I bet you Thomas Frank doesn't go five seasons without winning something. I bet you Thomas Frank within the next 3 seasons wins something at Spurs. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, don't they? But I bet you he wins something in the next 3 seasons. Bet you. Brighton done us last season in the League Cup. They did Mickey T. I like Arsenal as my second team. Is there anything wrong with that, DJB? Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. I've got second teams. I've got teams that I look out for. I've got second teams. Nothing wrong with it at all. Fulham is my second team. There you go. I always look out for Fulham. I've got a soft spot for Fulham. Always. I always want Fulham to do okay. Obviously, I never want them to beat Arsenal. Obviously. But, you know, I was disappointed they lost today. I don't want to see Fulham get relegated or anything like that. I've got a little soft spot for Fulham and I admire Everton, you know. So nothing wrong with that at all, my friend. Nothing wrong with it at all. Crystal Palace at home won't be easy. None of them's going to be easy. City better win a trophy this season. I think you will. I can see you winning an FA Cup. Trouble is with City, you know, listen, you can't write off Man City. Not when they've got a manager as good as that. You can't. They've got, and the players they've got. When you got Haaland banging in goals like for fun, you've got an out-and-out goal scorer. You can't write anyone off, can you? So after the North London derby, we then got Bayern Munich. I'm going to just give you the fixtures before Christmas, right? Because what I want you to look at, as much as everything's going all okay at the moment and we're top of the league, it can easily turn sour very quickly. Because after Spurs, we've got Bayern Munich. And then we've got Chelsea. Now can you see where we're coming from? Yeah? Suddenly, you're all thinking, hang on a minute. That's tricky. Glasner for me, yeah, Glasner's a baller. Absolute brilliant. He's doing wonders, isn't he? I like Arsenal. He's wonders. 99 likes. One more, people. Come on, let's go. Haaland's on smoke. He's fantastic, isn't he? Fantastic. As I said, not the most skillful player, not the most technical player, but if he's guaranteeing you 20 plus goals a season, are you bothered about whether he's technically gifted? Not really. Not really. Brighton at home in the Carabao Cup, we better perform. No excuse. There is no excuse with the money we've spent and the players we've got not to win we should be going into every single cup favourites. Carabao Cup we should be winning. FA Cup we should be winning. Premiership all the domestic cups, home cups we should win. Champions League, how we're favourites, I do not know. Arsenal, is this your time to win the league? It should be. It should be our time to win the league. Unfortunately, we have a manager that F's it up, I'm afraid. I got to... Can you imagine Spurs winning the Europa and the FA Cup in 3 years while we win nothing? Suge, I couldn't imagine it last season. The amount of cups and finals Spurs have won and been in whilst this manager's been in charge of Arsenal is sackable offence in itself. That to me was the lowest point, one of my lowest points last season. The fact that we had a crap season and won nothing and Spurs won that cup was just a real low point, Suge. Massive low point. West Ham are the most soft spot. My dad is a hammer. Yeah, listen, I hope they pull it round, but it's going to be a long season for West Ham. They just ain't got the players. They ain't got the players. Look at Kudus playing for Tottenham. Look how good he's playing. And then we got Chelsea and then Brentford. So November's tough. November's tough. What's our Christmas fixtures over Christmas? Let's have a look. So the 30th of December's got Aston Villa. 27th is Brighton at home. Everton away on the 20th. That's a tough one. That is tough. Wolves, we should be all right with that. Club Brugge, we should be all right with that. So we've got Wolves on the 13th. On the 20th, we've got Everton away. Tough. Our Christmas period is not too bad. Christmas is quite kind to us this year. I'll be disappointed if we don't come out of Christmas top of the league. We should be top at Christmas and beyond. No excuses. No excuses, people. No excuses. 100 likes. Big up. Absolute legends. All legends, guys. Thank you very much. Massive thank you. All your support. Huge. Honestly, I can't thank you enough, guys. Thank you very much. And we'll keep it going. We'll keep the community going. This sit back's going on for 2.5 hours now, guys. City have at least 3 world-class players. Yeah, Haaland's got to go. Haaland's got to be up there as a world-class striker, hasn't he? Harry Kane is for me as well. Bav the Ripper, big up, my friend. Evening to you. Hope you're well, brother. Hope you're well. Mia, big up. Hope you're well. That's why City win. They got the best goalkeeper, striker, and coach. Exactly. Their goalkeeper's good. I like Donnarumma. Yeah. Top keeper. I hope we win the fixtures at Christmas period, DJB. Yeah. Got to. Christmas is always a massive point in the calendar in the season, isn't it? I always think where you are at Christmas and how you come out of that period is key on where you're going to be at the end of the season. Donnarumma is an absolute beast. Yeah, I think he had a problem with PSG, didn't he? Was it over contracts or wage? It was over something like that. I can't believe they sold him. Big up, Emmanuel. Make sure that you're subbing and smashing the likes, people, yeah? DJB, I hear what you're saying about Gyökeres. However, if Arsenal could get a new gaffer, i.e. Glasner, I know he'll be the best. Yeah, it could well be. As I said, it might just be the manager and the system that we play don't suit him. I'm not saying he's a bad player. But at the moment, with how Arsenal play, he looks bad. And that was my fear at the start of the season. And I was going on Dan's show around about, and I was going on different streams, and I was saying, if we don't change the way we play, Gyökeres is going to look bang average. And he does. He's in the top 10 flops of the season so far. Yeah. Jan Boy, City winning only bad result for us this week. I'm positive if Arteta plays the right line-up for the next 4 games, hopefully Liverpool drop more points. Bav, we're all hoping. That's what this manager has us on, though, doesn't he? He has us on hope, my friend. That's the problem. We all hope. We all hoped last season. We all hoped the season before. It's all hope with him. That's the problem. Hitting the bed. Good night. Yeah, no night, Martin. We're going to wrap it up soon. It is getting late. It's 1:45 in the morning. I get carried away on this sit back. It's a good. Big up, my friend, as always. Bless up. Stay safe. 100%. Thank you very much. Got to go and win. Liverpool are rattled. Yeah, you got to pick up points while the other teams are not doing it, ain't you? Yeah. But I mean, we keep homing in on Liverpool, but there's other teams around. I mean, Spurs are up there, you know. Spurs are up there. You know? Man City are going quietly about their business. You can't, don't worry about Liverpool. There's other threats as well. Whilst Glasner is quality manager, I don't want him to replace Arteta. I want a manager who has that personality and ego, has performed at a big club. So do I. I want Zidane. He's the one out there that you can realistically get at the moment, isn't he? You know what I mean? Yeah, big up, Kwame. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. We enjoy always. Grateful, DJB. Thank you very much, Bav. Thank you very much. Yeah, we've gone through lots tonight, guys. I said there was a lot to get through tonight. We've gone through your careers. We've gone through we've gone through Odegaard's injury in depth. Calafiori, what his role is. We know what his role is now from the press post-match conference. It's to cause confusion to other teams because they don't quite know where he is. I'd take Zidane at Arsenal. So would I, James. 100%. Bev, 100%. We must take advantage of Liverpool's downfall. They will get it right, and Haaland is the only reason City are back at it. Yep, 100%. But the thing is, right, and I know we're coming to a close, people, but I'll say this. When you've tasted success, you know what it feels like and you want it again. The problem is with Arsenal is that they haven't tasted success as a team. That is why the Carabao Cup is so important to win, because it's early in the season. There's plenty of matches left to play after it. And if you're there or thereabouts in the Premier League and the Champions League and you've won a trophy and you've been to Wembley, you've still got that buzz and that feeling that you can go and win something else. Until they win something as a team, not individually, because I know Rice has won things and all of that, but as a team, unless you win something as a team, you're not going to have that feeling of success. And the thing is with Liverpool, they've had that feeling. They know what it's like. So although they're going through a bad patch at the moment, they could easily pick it up and go through a good patch. Man City, a lot of the players, they've had that success. They know what it's like. And we haven't. And nor is the manager, nor is Arteta. And that's what worries me. Calafiori is a role merch. Yeah, he is. So we've got to win something, guys. We have to win something. He's got to run all over the pitch so all its stands can see is how much he's probably won. Big up, Waha. Bev, I agree. We cannot fuck this one up or he should have been gone. He has to. He has to go. There's no excuses. I've said it. I've hit it raw. Get used to it. If he doesn't win anything, he's gone. Get used to it. There will be a new manager. Whether we like it or not, I'll like it, but whether you like it or not, if he wins nothing, there's a new manager coming in next season. 100%. If not, I'll tell you what, if not, if he doesn't leave, right, I'm giving up my channel. I'm giving my channel up. I can't. I won't be able to carry on. I don't know what I'd be able to do. I won't be able to show my face. I'll be embarrassed. Can you imagine the banter we get if we win nothing? Can you imagine the stick we will get from other fans if this manager is still at the football club and we win nothing? After all the media and all the ex-players, what they've been saying about us. We're 7 games in, sitting top of the league, and ex-players are talking about as if we're like the best team they've ever seen. So can you imagine if we win nothing? I'd have to go in hiding. I'd have to go into lockdown. It'd be permanent COVID settings. I won't be able to move. The embarrassment would be too much. Couldn't do it. Imagine it. DJB 2030 Arteta is here. Guna, please, man. Come on. Come on. It's been a good weekend. We've beaten West Ham. We've beaten my local derby. Yeah, all the Hammers fans are a bit quiet round here at the moment. Right. I'm doing terrible in the fantasy league. I've got Jam Boy eating cheese and onion crisp, balling out in the fantasy league. And you're hitting me with 2030 Arteta is here. Can't do it, bro. Don't say it. Don't say it. DJB, I'm only joking. Oh, thank God for that, man. No, you can't do that, DJB. I'll lose my wrench. Are you joking? No, I won't give up the channel, my friend. I enjoy talking to the community too much. I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to everyone and seeing everyone together and chatting and just, you know what I mean? It's good, isn't it? You know? Yeah, it's not a big channel, man. You know? But I'm not going to be able to compete with the likes of some of yous. But at the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care if there's 10, you know what I mean? As long as the people that come in enjoy it, that's all I worry about. We're all football fans at the end of the day, innit? Plus, I joined. Thank you very much indeed. James Talks Man City. Thank you, James. Absolute legend. You've become one of the community. Thank you very much. Yeah. And it's a good community as well, James. It's a proper community, this one. It's like sitting in your living room and having a chat. Guys, I've got to draw it to a close. My eyes are dim. I'm starting now to want my sleeping bag, and it's over at the Emirates, so I can't get it. I've got to admit, I did switch off a little bit yesterday. But that was partly West Ham as well. It weren't a pretty watch, was it? To be honest. Thank you very much, James. Thank you very much indeed. Glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. People, smash the likes, get the likes up, make sure you subscribe. My next show, so it will be Wednesday, the midweek mingle. Look at this. 104 likes. Great stuff. Thank you, Jam Boy, for your work as well. Thank you, my friend. Lynch, always pleasure. Respect. Seuss Major, respect from Trinidad. And to you, my brother. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. If you've only just come in, we're coming to an end now, my friend, but you can go and watch it. Go and watch it again. Watch parts of it, what we've been doing. Make sure you smash a like on it. Drop a like, drop a sub. Much appreciated. Big up the legendary chat and the infamous DJB. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Waha, take care. And to you, brother. And to you, my friend. Have a lovely Monday. My next show will be Wednesday, the midweek mingle. Me and Nolsky, we'll be going over the post-match West Ham. We'll be looking ahead towards the Fulham away. And then we're doing a little comedy section every week on the mingle, because we do our little Christmas songs, don't we, and all of that. So at the end of the we're doing a little comedy section, and there'll be a little comedy section at the end, which we're all lined up. Everyone's going to get involved, so I want you involved as well, the chat involved as well, and it'll be a laugh. It'll be a laugh, people. We'll have a bit of fun. Midweek mingle. Thursday's the Thursday tea time chat. That's with me and Kenny Ken. Always a pleasure, because he's an absolute legend. So come and join. Yeah, we're gonna have a bit of comedy. Definitely a bit of comedy, Jam Boy. Get all the chat involved. I'll pick what we're going to be talking about in the comedy, but trust me, everyone will it'll all be something that we can relate to, no matter what your age is, because I all massive age group in this community. It will be something that we all relate to, and it'll bring back some memories for some of you as well. So we'll have a little bit of a comedy section as well. So that's on Wednesday, and then Thursday, me and Kenny Ken, Thursday chat. And then, guys, I'm doing a members only stream. I'm going to try and get something organised. It might be next Thursday, sort of about 9 o'clock-ish, something like that. 10 o'clock next Thursday night. I'll see. But yeah, there be a members stream. And in the members stream, we'll just chat, and you can ask me questions. I'll get to ask you about your journey, how you supported Arsenal, how you come to support Arsenal, and that kind of thing. So, yeah, lots to look forward to, people. But the main thing is, you're here. Thank you for joining me. And, yeah, onwards and upwards. Come on, you Gunners. We're in a nice place at the moment. Let's stay there. We're in a nice place. Let's stay there. Look after yourselves. Bless to everyone. I'm out of here. Catch you all soon. Bye for now.